called Gangstalking on videos. And I've been working for many years to create public awareness about Gangstalking and reach other individuals and teach other individuals how to deal with the targeting. Gangstalking is a war, and I'm a veteran in this war. I've been targeted for more than a decade, intensely. And the first few years, the targeting seemed kind of light, contrasted to how intense it is now. So suffice to say, I've been targeted more intensely. I've been targeted harder than a lot of targets have. And one of the things that got me targeted harder is the fact that I became a public target. I became a TI with an online platform. I got an online platform I was working. I started to whistleblow and expose this to the public. So in this video, we talk about gang stalking, physical targeting, and once more teach other target videos ways to defend, how to deal with the targeting. This is very valuable. And I would recommend when you watch my videos, if you're a target video, and despite the shadow banning and whatever else might be going on, to work to hide me from people, especially target videos, keep them from finding me, because narcissistic psychopathic abusers always work to isolate the target of their abuse from support. Okay, people that can help them to be more resilient and people that can help them to be harder to abuse. So obviously, logically, the gang stalking persecution program targeting individuals doesn't want targeting individuals to find me, where they can learn the truth about the targeting and learn ways to protect themselves from the targeting. So in this video, I'll be once more talking about the physical targeting and ways to defend against it. And I'm live on my phone because part of this live stream I'll be mobile and show you things. It's good if I make another video like this again on Rumble, my laptop, and a live stream to Rumble as well. But for this live stream, I'll be on my phone. So I'm a veteran in this war. Gangstalking is a war. I've been targeted intensely, and I have I'm the most valuable person in the TI community to other targets. There's things I've been teaching that nobody else has been teaching. There's a lot of target videos, so just the awareness that just the problems I make you aware of is valuable. And then I teach solutions. So a lot of targets, especially if you're in the first few years of the targeting, you're not even aware that the program does covert entry on you, which means that they will sneak inside your home, covert as opposed to overt. So what is covert entry? It's the opposite of overt entry. The most common home invasion scenario in this world is a burglar that breaks the door, a window, the person comes home, obviously somebody has achieved entry into my home and they're a burglar, okay, one of the burglar. Now that's overt entry, like obviously somebody has been inside my home when I was away. Covert entry, which is what the program does, is secretly achieving entry into private premises, secretly entering into your home in a way to do bad things, poison your food in your fridge, contaminate your environment with chemical irritants, ranging from chemical irritants to heavy metal dust. So the program, and it's valuable just that I warn about this, because a lot of targets are in the confusion stage, a lot of targets are in like the first few years into the targeting, and they didn't wake up to the fact yet that this is something the program does to them. Just like another thing I bring up, a lot of targets are not aware they've been sprayed with chemicals when out in public. More likely than not, it's happened at least once that the program has attacked you physically by spraying you with a chemical irritant out in public, either from a perp car or a perp on foot having a covert spy gadget, And I'm speaking from experience and research, based on my experience being a real target leader, targeted with real targeting, and also listening to other people that check the boxes of, I believe that this is one of the rare real TIs active online, like Chuck Langenberg, for example. Chuck Langenberg, Vancouver VA who I believe most likely was murdered. Now I'm aiming to stay in areas of certainty and not drift off into too much hypothetical stuff. Could this have happened? This TI, how did it take him out? This is an important topic, and I'm aiming to teach from areas of certainty. So here's the point. Gang stalking is real, it's a war. And I'm a veteran in this war. I've been taught it for more than a decade. Gangstalking is not just adult bullying. Yes, gangstalking, part of the targeting is bullying. So you're taught it with gangstalking. Gangstalking is a war. I've been taught it with psychological warfare. And a big part of psychological warfare falls into the category of narcissistic abuse, gaslighting, flying monkeys being used to target with narcissistic dog whistling abuse tactics, subtle gaslighting, subtle button pushing, working to target you. And when you get harassed in the supermarket by the targeting program, and you can tell that they do things to mess with you, that's narcissistic dog whistling abuse tactics is what it's called. It can be anything from what they wear, how they act, what they say, street theater skits, directed speech. All of this targeting falls into the category of narcissistic dog whistling abuse. Okay, so the psychological targeting is psychological warfare. There's also physical warfare, chemical warfare. I've been targeted physically. And to my knowledge, I'm the most valuable person in the TI community to other TIs. And most online TI so-called support people are fakes. They're counterintelligence agents. They control opposition agents. There's more fake TIs active online than there are real ones. So I can teach you things. First of all, awareness is key. So I'm working to teach other targets the truth about the targeting. As a veteran, a person that has been targeted for many years and figured out, have a workable degree of understanding about what the targeting is and how you're targeted. And it's not the first 3 years where it's like, yeah, no one being harassed. And then I didn't know that I was being sprayed with chemicals into me that were not in public, and that the program was poisoning my food and things like this. No, I'm speaking from experience and knowledge. And not just knowledge, but I've figured out ways to deal with the targeting. So I haven't just been surviving, I've been thriving. And one thing that shows that is I maintain elite fitness. I'm the opposite of sick and tired and broken down and destroyed by narcissistic abuse. I'm in better shape than most men my age have never been targeted with narcissistic abuse at any level. Only 1 in 25,000 men have a six-pack. And if you're targeted with gangstalking, you're targeted with the cortisol PTSD stress weapon, as it's called. And it's like your expected outcome is the person gets sicker and weaker and tired and age faster than other people due to the targeting, get out of shape. And so anyway, here's the point. We don't get caught down in why should you take me seriously, part of the video. And it's like, I'm going to teach you truth. And it's like, here's why you should take the advice seriously. It's on you to respond to the quality teaching. Now, as I said in a short, which I recorded before starting this live stream, so I can link to this live stream, I said this. I talked about this. Since you are targeted of narcissistic psychopathic abuse, narcissistic psychopathic abusers always seek to isolate the targeted abuse from sources of support. So obviously there's going to be an effort to keep real target videos from finding my channel and watching my videos with the shadow banning, whatever the dirty games they're going to play. Because the Gangstalking program doesn't want target videos to find my channel where they will learn how to be more resilient, learn how to not be as affected by the abuse, learn how to overcome some of the target tactics. Logically, the abusers don't want a target to find my channel because they can be warned, hey, here's what the abuse is doing to you. They're doing this to you for this effect, here's how to protect yourself, mitigate the damage of some of these target tactics, and block some of them entirely. Ranging from mitigate the damage caused by some of these target tactics they've been made aware of, to completely block some of them. So some things you can learn how to take less damage from the targeting. And other things you can stop entirely. Like certain attacks that the program wants to throw on you, you can stop them from landing on you completely at all. So, gangstalking is real, and there's physical targeting and the psychological targeting. And what are some ways that they target physically? Speaking from experience and research. I've been sprayed with chemicals when not in public. I've had covert entry where the program got inside my home and contaminated my environment with toxins. And this applies to you because the program will work to do covert entry on you. That's one of the ways the program wants to target you. And you need to be aware of that and learn from me how to stop that. And I'm going to do that in this video, as I have done before. So, covert entry is one of the physical target attacks the program uses. And you need to be aware of that. What is covert entry? I just explained that. It's secret access, gaining access secretly to your home on your way. Which means, when you leave a study door, the program can and will, if able, get inside your home to do bad things to you. They're not going to go inside your home to make origami, fold the toilet paper into origami shapes and put a mint on a pillow and dust up like hotel room service. If they go inside your home, they go inside to poison your food, put chemical irritants in your bed, things of this nature, things of that nature. So it is imperative, it's extremely important that you stop the program from being able to do covert entry, be able to achieve covert entry on you. Because if they achieve covert entry, if they're able to get inside the home in a way, it's to do bad things. It's to sabotage your documentation equipment. If you got a phone you use to document the targeting, they might go in and spray a little bit of water into your camera to kind of have it start oxidizing. It could be where you don't, it might not even be you come home, oh, my camera is not working, too obvious. It could be something where it's like planned obsolescence, where they go in and spray a little bit of water into a camera used to document the targeting, and then slowly over time it will be eroding and rusting in there, and then your camera starts working bad, and then going from working bad to stop working entirely. And it's because they came into your home and did something to the battery, to the cables in your camera, and it can be something that's subtle and like delayed effect. And that's like the one of the less dangerous things that they can do. But basically, they go inside to do bad things. And I can cover all kinds of things that they can do to you. For example, if you're a target keeping a journal, okay, and you use that as part of how you're processing the trauma, which this is, and you're one of the people that's like, you're keeping a journal, the program can do covert entry, gain access with your journal to customize the target to be more effective in the psychological targeting, abuse. Do you understand? The program is doing like throw stuff at the wall, see what sticks. It's like, let's target them in this way. Let's use this as a harassment theme. Let's use this. Let's have flying monkeys talk about this around the target and see how that works. Now, if you're keeping, they could just by gauging your reactions, the feedback they can get by observing you as you're being targeted, they can kind of, well, we can see that this takes, like this target tactic really works on them. Now, they can have even, they can get a more, a higher quality understanding of what bothers you if you keep a journal. And you're a person keeping journals. Like today I was at the supermarket and two flying monkeys said this, they were referencing childhood trauma. It's really hurting me right now. And okay, now if they read your journal, that's out of all the things we did that day, that's what really got to them. Because if they're doing different things and they can see you reacting, it's like, well, we've been doing all kinds of stuff. How do we know if the stress is caused just by flying monkeys being around them? We can observe stress in them. Well, they're always going to be worked up and stressed, this target, when out in public. And we did do this gaslighting reference to childhood trauma, but how much of the stress is from just being harassed in public and what is from this, so they can get a better understanding about what your buttons are to push them better, get better at pushing them if you keep a journal. So that's one of many things they can do if they do covert entry on you. If you keep a journal, and that's a potential, they can read your journal and get better at targeting you. Okay, if you have cameras at home that you use to document harassment, they can possibly remove footage from the camera if they're inside your home. They can do things to sabotage recording equipment. Now, these are still not the most dangerous things they can do and will do if they have unfettered access to your home, because you're not taking measures to protect yourself against covert entry, because you didn't find my channel, you didn't get warned about covert entry, and you didn't get taught how to block it, stop it. Another thing they can do if they do covert entry on is to poison your food in your fridge or contaminate the environment with chemical irritants. They can put chemical irritants in your bed, odorless chemicals that are irritants. So chemicals that are odorless but irritant in your bed. And then when you come home after the targeting, you're trying to sleep, you're itching and you're having a histamine response, it's like you're having allergy problems and you can't sleep all night. That could be a way that they target you. That takes me to my next issue of the false attribution. So they have a lot of fake videos working to hype direct entry weapons and analyzing the fake TI community. I see how they operate. So first of all, there's more fake videos online and fake support voices online, like Scott Snitzer used to be active. There's more fake TIs, Captain Horner. There's more fake video support people online than real ones. And there's more fake individuals active online than real ones. And analyzing the game is, first of all, how the Gangstalking program works to cover up Gangstalk as a conspiracy is to have fake videos discredit the topic with crazy talk. 9 out of 10 online targeted videos are fake, and 9 out of 10 fakes engage in one form of crazy talk or another, be it spiritual or technological. And most of the crazy talkers utilize technological crazy talk to discredit the topic. So what is my point here? Well, they work to cover up gangstalking, and it's been working. So first of all, they cover up gangstalking by limiting access, control information, and make it hard to find real TI speaking the truth about what gangstalking is and what it's not. Okay, which means people searching for gangstalking, physical targeting, they're not going to find this video, at least not easily. They see a video in the search results, the Vice hit piece video designed to cover up gangstalking show up first. There's a guy claiming to be remote control with satellites. If they're searching gangstalking, physical targeting, they're not going to have this video show up. It's going to be buried in the search results. Also, they can work to sabotage the production of videos by a real TI, so that keep the person from making quality videos on this topic and upload them to the internet to begin with. If that happens, despite efforts to stop that, they can work to make it hard to find. And once again, without getting into it's like shadow banning, algorithm manipulation, does YouTube, Google, are they part of a conspiracy to make sure it's like program search results, people search for gangstalking, make sure the counterintelligence agent videos show up. The Vice hit piece, the New York Times Stacey Gangster Stalker hit piece. But even without that, just by the fact that you have a needle in a haystack effect is enough to cover up the truth about gangstalking. Because if you have 10 fake TIs uploading videos daily on gangstalking and one real one, they'll be drowned out just because there's more fake TIs uploading videos on gangstalk every day. And so a real target speaking the truth about gangstalk will be a needle in a haystack. Whereas like I'm uploading a video maybe every day on gangstalking. And then every day there's more than 100 videos uploading a video with gangstalk in the title where they're lying about gangstalking, they're part of the work to cover it up, discredit it, so on and so forth. So just the needle in the haystack effect, the crowding out effect, is effective at keeping people from finding the truth about gangstalking. Target videos are the public, the general public. So my point is this: physical target tactics. You need to be on covert entry. Simply that. They want to get inside your home. You need to make sure that it's as hard as possible for them, within reasonable limits to accomplish that. And that's called covert entry. Which why you see me go live, Mike's live covert entry denial, CCTV stream sometimes. And that's what I've been teaching as a total video. I've been teaching that for years as a total video. How to stop the program from getting inside their home. So it's important to stop the program from getting inside their home, because if they get inside their home, they can do things like poison your food, contaminate environment with chemical toxins, and other bad things. So covert entry is one of the physical target tactics they probably want to do to you. They want to be able to do that. Before getting into talk about how to stop that, I can teach that, and I will do that live in this video. Let's talk about other physical target tactics. I've been sprayed with chemicals when I'm in public by perp vehicles that have covert devices where they can drive past you. If you're walking on foot on the sidewalk or in your car, the program has vehicles that are kitted out with technology. It seems like they're about technology, like some real technology, where they can spray a chemical on it, like a cloud of gas. And it doesn't, and chances are you've been hit like this at least once. They've done this to you unawares, without you knowing it. You come home and you're itching and have red water eyes on the window. That's a sign that they hit you with something outside. Chem sprays. They subject you to chemical irritant, powder, dust, liquid, gas form. And a lot of tornadoes, if they watch this video, you will think about it. Hasn't it happened at least once? You're going outside and you come home, and after coming home, you're itching, you got red watery eyes, stuffed nose, maybe a little bit labored breathing. Yeah, because you were sprayed with a chemical outside, or they had a perp spray a chemical on it, or somehow they expose you to a chemical dust, a powder, a substance on an object that you touched, you transdermally absorbed something. There's a variety of ways they can talk to you physically. So here's the point. I've been sprayed with chemicals on outside, and the program can do that to you too. So you need to be aware of that. Something they can do to you is have cars. The program has cars with devices where they can drive past if you're on food in the car and spray a chemical on it, and you have a chemical irritant, okay, where you'll be itching, and it's a poison. Even if it doesn't kill you right away, it's not that poison means dying, okay. You can be poisoned where your health will decline and suffer, and you'll have some symptoms, but it's not an LD50 dose. It's not a single poisoning event that results in your death quickly after the administration of the toxin. So you can be poisoned. The program could poison with a little bit of arsenic, a little bit of lead. If they're able to cover that, they can sometimes put a little bit of heavy metals in your food now and then. And slowly you reach toxic levels of mercury or lead or aluminum or something like this. Then you start getting sick, and it can be plausible deniable. As sometimes people have too much mercury from eating seafood or something like this. But they work the poison in a way where you have too much mercury in your body by putting a little bit of mercury in your food over time doing covert entry, to where you start having health problems. And if you go to a doctor, it's not even in on it, and the job is like cover up the lab results. No, they're just a normal doctor, it's not in a conspiracy. They'd be like, well, you have high mercury, and that's bad for your health. That could be why you're having these health problems, and it may be eating too much seafood or something like this. Because, do you understand? So the program likes to do things with plausible liability, and the target is covert. So remember, they want to be able to secretly target you. So generally, they want it to be secret that you're being targeted to begin with, and then they want it to be secret to you how they're targeting you. And if people are, I think some people are targeted want to be secret how you're being targeted and why and everything else. So Gangstalking, covert entry. It's important that you stop with the covert entry. So let's just list off a few of the ways that the program will target you physically, can target you physically, before getting into how you can protect yourself. Covert entry. They want to get inside your home to do bad things. The bad things that they do can range from poison your food in your fridge to contaminate your environment with chemical irritants or heavy metal, dust, or what have you, bacteria. They can do things where they're attacking us directly, and there's a variety of ways they can do that. They can put mold spores, mold dust in your home. They can spread a heavy metal dust in your home. They can put chemical irritants in your bed. They can poison your food. They can drug your food. There's a variety of things they can do to you. So it's important that you learn from me how to stop covert entry, which I can teach you and will teach you and have taught before, as I have before. And what is another physical target tactic? Being attacked on out in public. The program can spray with chemicals. They have cars that can ride past you and spray a chemical on it. And it doesn't have to be that it's a liquid jet, like a super soaker. You can tell, oh, I got sprayed with a liquid. It can be like an aerosol where you have hairspray, and it's more like a cloud, or like perfume, where it's like you can't barely see it. It's more like a cloud. It's like a gas form. They can have that, where they spray stuff, it's like a cloud of gas in front of the vehicle for a moment, and you inhale. The time is they drive past you, and there's like a gas cloud, and you inhale at the same time and inhale some of that, and you get on the skin. But it's just for like this section of space, and then quickly other people are not affected by it. They can also have perps, have covert devices, spray chemicals on it. And I've been targeted these two ways. I've been sprayed with chemicals by cars out in public, and I've had perps hold have like spy gadgets and hit me with something as they walk past me. I have permanent damage and war wound. I don't overextend myself when I say I'm a warrior. I'm a Christian being persecuted in a war. I'm being targeted with psychological warfare daily, chemical warfare, and attacked with weapons that have left permanent damage. I have a permanent damage to my right leg after a perp walked past me, hit me with a dart gun, is what I think it was, suspect. And I still have a numb spot in my right calf from my perp walking past me at the corner store, hit me in the leg with something. And I have a numb spot on my right leg. And that could have been a dart gun, CIA heart attack gun, CIA dart gun type thing. Like something that fires a dart through close into the body. And I still have a numb spot, numb pressure sensation in my right leg from that. Despite it being more than 3 years since this happened. Now I can still run and kick and everything, so they didn't involve my athleticism. Like entirely. Now anyway, here's the point. Now that I suspect that could have been a murder attempt, an assassination attempt, where they hit with an LD50 dose of prototoxin. And that's like a double positive, because if something is strong enough to kill you, an LD50 dose, it's potent, okay? So I was hit with a potent toxin, quite possibly an LD50 dose, meaning this, we hit him with something enough to kill him, and I survived it, and I get into why I believe so. So I'm the most valuable person in the TIA community when it comes to teaching the truth about gangstalking to the public and teaching targets the truth on gangstalking and how to deal with it. And I've been not just surviving, but thriving despite the trauma, which means I hadn't been locked in survival mode, being miserable and depressed. I've cured myself of CPTSD, PTSD was being a target below. Cured myself of panic attacks that I was having. So now you get into thriving, see? If I look at narc abuse channels, it's like 6 years after I left the narc, I'm working to cure my depression and get, okay. Whereas I've been targeted, and while the targeting is continuing, I cure myself of panic attacks, depression, asthma attacks, cure myself from mental, physical health problems while being targeted. I've formed new relationships. I've grown as a person. I've improved in different ways. Self-actualization. I've gotten better at public speaking. I've overcome issues. I've worked to improve my skills and things like this. So I've been thriving, not just surviving. It's not like, oh, Mike is weak, sick, and tired after the targeting. No, I've been shining and standing out in how strong, how the opposite of sick and tired, like energetic and healthy and performing at a high level contrast to the baseline member of the public. So if you're taught we don't need to learn about covert entry and learn how to, the most important thing is I could just tell you, do this, and not tell you the whys. Now, I'm telling you why too. So, it's like part of the sub-safe program is, I watched a video of this, and it's like submarines they use as Treasure and Scorpion to submarines, and they fail. And then they started with the sub-safe program, and they are working to prevent losing more submarines due to accidents. And part of like getting people to adhere to the standard operating procedures of the protocol is not just telling them what to do, but why. To be like, flush the pipes every time we've been descending, because if we don't, they could freeze and then we sink to the bottom of the ocean, we all die. Okay, and that's happened before. See, it's like the reason we drill fire, putting out fires to the submarine is because if there's a fire and you're not good at responding to it, it's like we're all gonna die. So it's like the reason you turn this knob every time is to keep this pipe from freezing and all of us dying, okay? So, anyway, so that's the point. We get to the standard operating procedures and protocols that I can pass on to you. So the gangstalking point works with the covert entry only, and you need to stop them. Another physical targeting tactic is they can spray chemicals on one in public from cars or handheld devices. And there was a part in my targeting, what you might call the confusion stage, which every TA is going to go to what I call the confusion stage, where like the first year of being targeted to a point where the program lets you know you're targeted. And they work to make you feel harassed in order to being targeted with harassment. The first year or so, you're going to be in a confusion stage, a state of bewilderment. Like, I know I'm being targeted with something. Who is targeting me? Why? Okay, I know I'm being harassed. Anytime I go outside, there's people messing with me. I know that. And you might not even speculate, it's like, what if they poison me or doing this? You might just know that you're being told about something. And that first year, the program was also doing covert entry on you, and you just didn't know. And they were also sometimes spraying chemicals on you, and you just didn't know. You didn't notice. So it took a few years until I got a covert entry security system going. Until I realized that that's something the program does to me on the regular, get inside my home when I'm away, and started working to figure out a way to stop it. So you're saving a lot of time by not having to go through the process, or hopefully before dying or getting cancer or some serious health problem retarding, realize that they've been poisoning your food with covert entry after doing covert entry. And now you have to also figure out a way to stop them from doing that. So it's valuable that you know that you've been briefed that it's something to do to you, and here's how to stop it. So you don't have to go through the, oh, I've been hit with a dart gun, I survived it. Okay, thank my lucky star. And now I have to figure out a way to stop from happening again, so I don't have permanent damage to another part of my body or die from the same tactic. No, it's like at the point where I am now, I can deliver solutions instead of operating procedures that have been developed under hardware, like OSHA regulations, where every operating procedure and rule is based off somebody dying or getting seriously injured. See, so you don't have to go through that. You don't have to have a numb spot right leg from a failed assassination attempt with a CIA heart attack gun to be able to make videos teaching others how to stop that from happening to you. Okay, how to survive it and have the LD50 dose not be an LD50 dose for you, and how to stop the permanent damage from surviving the LD50 dose at the injection site where the dart hits you. It can still be focal damage. There can still be damage where the dart enters you. That's the issue. So basically, as a better man, what I think happened is to try to take me out. They hit me with an LD50 dose of toxin, dart gun, shot me in the right calf, and I didn't die from it. But at the injection site, the presence of the toxin superseded the presence of the antitoxin. The presence, the ppm, the level of toxin around the injection site superseded the amount of antitoxin. The toxin at the injection site area superseded the amount of antitoxin. Once it filters into the bloodstream, I have a lot of antitoxin in the bloodstream. And it didn't give me a heart attack or stroke. But when the dart entered my body, my right calf, there was a lot of toxins. So basically, I can describe what I suspect happened is if I would be in the Reardon clinic hooked up to an IVC and also an antidote, and as some kind of study, they have like hooked up like vitamins and an antidote in a hospital at the Reardon clinic, and they have a puff at some kind of snake that's an LD50 snake. They're most like human adults if they get bitten once by this anywhere they die, and they have it bit me in the arm or the right calf, and it's like he survived because we have all these things pumping into his body in the hospital, antidote and this and that. He survived, didn't give him a heart attack or stroke, he didn't have anaphylaxis. But at the place where the fangs entered and injected venom, there was so much toxin at that spot that it caused nerve damage, tissue damage, necrosis, whatever, science words. It caused damage to the place where the venom was injected. See? And you have numbness, you have nerve damage, you have muscle, you have damage to the tissues because it's like extreme oxygen stress inflammation in this area, and anything there is going to be oxidized, and muscles, nerves, whatever. So anyway, here's the point. So I've been sprayed with chemicals out in public, something can happen to you. Perps can have cause, so you have to be aware of at least get like the bulk, the general truth that be aware that the program wants to get inside your home, covert entry, do bad things to you. They want to be able to hit you out in public. And some ways they can hit you in public is to have a car spray something on as they drive past you. And they can have perps, have a handheld device that they hold and spray you with something or hit you with a dart. You can YouTube search CIA dart gun or CIA heart attack gun. I suspect something like that could be what I was hit with in the leg. Only not in the same shape, but something that's been shrink down to look like a pencil or a car key, electronic car key, or even a phone, understand? So if the CIA scout works would get, hey, the CIA dart gun we had in the 70s, we need it for covert assassinations overseas. We need something we can get an asset behind Maduro when he's shopping groceries, and somebody will stand behind him what looks like a phone but only the 3.5mm jack is the end of a barrel, like a bullpup design, and he gets hit through his t-shirt with a dart gun. You don't think they could figure that out? Do you understand? It's like, it's not that much leap of imagination. It's like if they have admitted a dart gun in the 70s, in 1975 church committee hearings, and it's not Alex Jones and David Acknott info, this is a Congress hearing where they question the CIA. It's like, do you have a covert assassination device? And they brought it, yes, it's a dart gun, effective range up to 100 yards, and it can enter the body and take the person out covertly, they die of a heart attack or stroke. And it doesn't, like, barely leaves a mark that they were hit with it. Okay, so since they had it in the 70s, it's not a stretch of the imagination to hear Mike Saar here saying irrational or illogical to say, well, yeah, my bold claim is I think the CIA since then could have found a way to put the same dart into a pencil, something that looks like a pencil, or a lighter, or a phone, or an electronic car key, and they can shoot the same dart. And get into a little bit of ballistics and technology here. Obviously, the CIA heart attack gun that they had then, it looks like a 1911, like the frame, only it's electrical. It would be like an AEG airsoft gun. They have airsoft guns that use batteries, and so it makes like a whining noise, okay, but only quiet. And so it's basically an electric gun, and the frame looks like a 1911. They have a telescopic sight on top of it, and effective range up to 100 yards. So that might be for if you're gonna go to the wolves and assassinate Hitler, and he's known to study his patterns that he goes have a smoke a pipe on the balcony 3 times per day, and you're gonna have somebody in the woods to shoot him. Okay, do you understand? So it's like if they wanted to take me out, and I'm a guy that exercises, and they study my behavior, and I'm vulnerable because I'm not intelligent, and it's like my pattern is I exercise, I get sweaty, I go out in a tank top on the balcony and lean over the railing, and just to catch a breather. Okay. Now they could go, okay, if you want to take him out, we have one of the perps in the neighborhood, like the apartment complex opposing his back and on the sides. One of these perps will give him a dart gun, and they will tell him to crack the window and to be behind the window, and they could take him out from the balcony 60 meters away with this, and nobody will notice. Be like, oh, Mike had a heart attack right after exercising. So he collapsed of a heart attack after training session. See, plausible liability. So my point is this: for the dart gun, that type of the CIA dart gun with a telescope, everything that's built to be able to take people out at 100 yards, which means if you're gonna hit something at 100 yards, the telescopic sight is there to help you hit something at 100 yards. Okay, it's a magnification scope, maybe 1 to 4x or something like this, whatever. It's a telescopic sight. And the length of barrel, the total package, everything is designed to be able to have an effective range of 100 yards. Or the design grants you an effective range of 100 yards. Okay. Now, if you're going to just have somebody be able to stand behind somebody in the supermarket and hit them at this close, have an asset stand behind Mike Saar paying for his items in the store, and you stand behind them, and it's going to be 2 yards away or 3. You don't have to have a telescopic sight, because it's not far enough away. We had to aim carefully. It's like point shooting. It's like if this lighter, this was a gun, I wouldn't have to have a telescopic sight. If I want to hit, if this was a gun and hit something 100 yards, yeah, I might need a telescopic sight or laser sight at least. But if it's like standing behind you, it's not that hard for me to hit you. Just stand behind somebody in the supermarket like this, okay, and then hit it, and then it hits. See, so speaking of ballistics, as a backward, I have my plate here, and it's a little bit backhanded, so sometimes it falls down there. So anyway, here's the point. So my point is this: you wouldn't need to have that big of a gun to do the work that they've done on me, but have somebody walk past you in the corner store, hit you in the leg with something, because you don't need the length of barrel. So if you know what I know, you understand ballistics, term ballistics, you work with your understanding. It's like length of barrel translates to high velocity. So if it's not just the cartridge. If you have a 9x19 parabellum, if you load it into a sub-compact, like a small pistol that has this long of a barrel, and you do you have a chronograph and you go, oh, it gives you, let's say, let's say 700 feet per second. If you load the same bullet cartridge into an MP5, any chronograph, it might be 300 extra feet of velocity or something like this, because there's more space for the gunpowder to push the bullet and make it. So here's a point. So length of barrel matters. It's not just you load this bullet into something, the bullet will be traveling this fast, hitting that hard, having this range, this penetration ability. No, it determines, it depends on how fast it's moving, and what determines how fast it's moving given this powder charge that's fixed, okay? The length of barrel. And it's going to be point diminishing returns, where up to this length, it makes it travel fast. If you start from here, you have this velocity, extend the barrel by 3 inches, it's going to hit the point where you don't get extra velocity anymore, and you have friction from the bullet traveling down the rifle and things, and no extra oomph because all the powder is burned or something like this. So here's the point. So my point is this. For the dart gun, say a dart gun, it's as big as a Colt 1911, the dart gun. It has a telescopic sight. And it has the total package so it can have batteries this big to make it hit this hard, see? So it's like this big, you can fit batteries this big, and the battery is the engine that propels the projectile, makes it move fast, see? So if you have something this big, you can have this big battery of a battery pack in it, which can make it hit this hard, see? Which gives it this range, see? It's like this big battery in it can make the dart travel this fast, and with those big batteries, this length of barrel, it can reach out to 100 yards and still be able to penetrate a layer of clothing, like a t-shirt, something like this, and then skin. Now, if you're gonna be this close, you don't need a telescopic sight. You don't need this big of a package, because you don't need to have the length of barrel, you don't need to have the size of the batteries, everything can be smaller, because you need less velocity to reach 3 yards, and you need less velocity to travel this short and then get through the clothes, and you need less size from the sight to be able to hit something. So basically, they could have shrunk that down into something looks like a lighter. I could imagine, I could build it myself if I had the means, understand? Meaning, you could make a bullpup design that's powered by CO2 or batteries or pressurized air, and it's like a bullpup design, and you could have it look like a phone or a lighter or a pencil. You could figure something out and build something that can launch a dart, the same dart the CIA dart gun launched, only it's a pencil, it's a phone, it's something like that. Like this phone, for example, that's about 15 centimeters tall. You could have a barrel in there, and then you could have it connected to a CO2 container, and it's not enough to have somebody build it, but like you could have a barrel inside of it, and you can have something that powers it, and then the end of the barrel could be the 3.5mm headphone jack, and then the trigger could be the volume key. So someone could be standing behind you in the supermarket, push the volume down key, and it fires the dart. So what I'm saying is, they could have shrunk this down into something like that doesn't look like the CIA dart gun. It looks like a pencil, an inconspicuous item, a pencil, an electronic car key, a phone even. So I was hit with something, a perp walked past me in the corner store, as I was a fixed static target paying for my stuff. And it's one of these perps that know it's a perp. And it walks past me and it's holding stuff, and it's got something. And as it walks past me, I feel something hit my right calf. And then quickly thereafter, I feel a weird feeling spin up down my leg. A feeling that I would describe as a nerve twitchiness. Itchiness, twitchiness mingled with numbness. So I felt something hit my right calf. And right after I felt something hit my right calf, I feel feelings radiating out from the injection site, the place I got hit. And I would describe that feeling as a numbness, like a numb feeling mingled with twitchiness and itchiness. Like a itchy, twitchy, numb feeling spreading up and down the leg. And that could have been a nerve toxin. That could have been something that was designed to take me out. And I survived it. So anyways, the point. The program wants to attack you physically, and they most likely have, even if you don't know. And which brings me to my next topic. I've analyzed this, and I know exactly how they operate. the fake TIs like Scott Snitzer and Kathy Horton, they're working to deceive the public and cover up Gangstalking with the crazy talk. And they're also been working. So what is the purpose of this counterintelligence agent, control position agents, like Scott Snitzer, Kathy Horton? It's to cover up Gangstalking, discrediting with crazy talk, make videos about Gangstalking, and also make videos claiming that they're reading your mind with satellites and they're remote controlling people with the technology, quote unquote. Okay, and that makes people to search Gangstalking. It's like, oh, all the Gangstalking. Everybody sees like the paranoid schizophrenics. People talk about Gangstalking being real. The people that sound like a paranoid schizo, they have a brain chip implant, they believe that they're remote controlled by government satellites. Okay, yeah, that's who talks about Gangstalking being real, being talking about it. See, to discredit the topic. That's why they do it, and also to deceive real TIs. So, what is the strategy of the abusers analyzing the game? So people like Scott Stitcher making videos, being fake what I am, somebody who's a TI that has the wherewithal, the know-how to be able to help other TIs. Like, here's what I've learned. The program wants to do this. This is what the abuser does to you. Here's how to protect yourself from these things the abuser can do to you. The Gangstalking program. The fake deal there is like, yeah, I'm a target bureau. I'm a target for many years, and I'm here to help you as a TI. Gangstalking, yeah, it's bad. Here's what they do to you. They remote control people, the technology, they're reading your mind, and the ELF weapons, direct enemy weapons. So it's designed to cover up Gangstalking's activity, two birds, one stone. His activity is designed to help to discredit the talk of Gangstalking to the public and cover it up with his crazy talk. Bring up the talk of Gangstalking, what is real, throw a lot of crazy, unreal motor jojo in there to keep people from waking up to this. Okay? Discreditation by association. Bring up the conspiracy, discredit with crazy talk. So one way to cover something up is to have people not talk about it. Keep people from talking about it. If people are talking about it, make sure people don't hear them talk about it. Another way to cover something up is to talk about it in a way that accomplishes the same thing. The end effect is people not waking up to the conspiracy. I've used this as a silly example before. If the CIA had a secret, they had like MK Ultra Midnight Climax. They had some kind of conspiracy where, no, let's use an actual real world and only blend it a little bit, change it. Let's say the Epstein Island thing. If the CIA was involved, and then part of what they did was like abduct hikers now and then in national parks, and they end up on Epstein Island, and they get tortured or messed with. Okay, and that was a real conspiracy. And at least one person escaped, or a few people escaped, and they come out on YouTube. I was abducted, and they did this to me on Epstein Island. Now, a way to cover that up is to keep the guy from surviving, able to speak out about it. Another way would be, well, we'll have our own counterintelligence agent to make YouTube videos. Yeah, I got abducted by CIA, flown to Epstein Island, and they showed me Bigfoot in the basement and space reptilians. And then they took me to a room and showed me how the Earth is flat. Okay, see, it'd be like, oh, this guy's a flat earther who's seen Bigfoot and aliens, who's here to tell you about this conspiracy of the CIA abducting people on Epstein Island. So that's another way to cover up the same thing. So it's like one way to cover up, keep people from talking about the conspiracy that's real. Another way is to talk about it, have people work if you talk about it in a way that accomplishes the same thing. Like the end effect, the side outcome is people not believing that this conspiracy is going on. And that's what they use in the Gangstalking video. They work to hide real TIs from people, and they work to have a counterintelligence to talk about it. So what is the effect? So that when Scott Snitzer goes out here and talks about Gangstalking, first of all, his work when he used to, his work to cover up Gangstalking videos, discredit with crazy talk. And the same crazy talk is also working to make targets more vulnerable to targeting. That's my analysis, which means the program will be targeting targets in some very real ways. They will target you with real physical targeting tactics that will result in some very real symptoms, okay? And then they prime and condition you to falsely attribute your very real physical symptoms from very real physical targeting, from the very real targeting program, to these direct energy weapon, boogeymen in outer space, the ELF weapons, the microwave radar assaults, see? So, which will accomplish what? You being vulnerable to the targeting, and if you work to defend yourself against the physical targeting, you're not doing a good job at it. And it can also lead to you being an unpaid crazy talker. which be like almost a form of Stockholm syndrome. So I'm a target video. It's the first year of my targeting, and I noticed that sometimes I come home, I'm itching, and I feel like I have like a physical symptom. And the truth is, they've been spraying me with chemicals on the outside, or they've been poisoning my food, and sometimes I have pain in my stomach or nausea. Okay. And I found Scott Snit's a fake target video. And he goes, yeah, you're targeted. And the direct entry weapons can make you have pain in your stomach. They can make you, certain frequencies can make your skin feel like it's on fire and itching and red water eyes. So I will falsely attribute the symptoms to be, I'm being attacked with direct entry weapons, the ELF weapons, microwave assaults. And if I make videos, I'm targeting gangstalking physically with the ELF weapon, microwave assaults that make me have itchy skin, they're frying me right now, something like this. And then I'm helping to cover up gangstalking. I will be an unpaid crazy talker. I'll be doing the same work that the paid counterintelligence agents do. Control positioning, as Scott Snit's getting hold on. Only as a victim of the targeting, as a useful idiot. And you don't want that to happen to you. You don't want to be that person. So, anyways, the point. Gangstalk is really, they do target you physically. And one way they target you physically is to spray, one way they can target you physically is spray chemicals around in public from cars, handheld devices. Dart guns is another thing. They can have something to hit you with a dart. They can put things on surfaces that if you touch them, you're affected by them. I mean, they can put something on a surface. If you touch that surface or object, you will transdermally absorb the substance they put there. So they can even put something on the outside, on the door handle. If you don't have a Ring doorbell camera or something like this, they could have a perp on the outside. If you like, can't be covered anymore, and we're not able to really hurt them a lot with chem sprays in public for some reason. Well, when they leave, let's send somebody to smear some chemical toxin on the door handle, and then when they come home and touch the door handle, they just got exposed, transdermal absorption. They just got something on the skin that they're absorbing, and they start being affected by it. So you need to be aware of things. Now, the problem is complex, but the solutions are pretty simple. Meaning vitamin C is a broad spectrum antitoxin, and you don't understand how valuable I am to you, and how much of a service I'm doing to you, making this for free. Because me working to speak about this gets me targeted harder, and makes it more likely to try to take me out. The more I make videos reaching targets in the public with gangstalking, and I don't make any money from it. So you should take it. You should be appreciative of the work I put in. And there's nobody else that's as valuable as I am. There's nobody else that's as valuable to speaking when it comes to speaking the truth about gangstalking, and to the targeted video community, teaching the truth about targeting how to protect yourself. Did any of these people talk about titration of boutons of vitamin C and teach the vitamin C is an antitoxin after warning you that they're targeted with toxins? No, they didn't. See? So, which brings me to the next topic. We're going to do the health disclaimer. Medical disclaimer. And I one, but all of these apply. This content is for educational purposes only and does not replace professional medical advice. Always consult a qualified healthcare professional. So, I've been mega dose of vitamin C. I have a video in my playlist by Tom Lee, vitamin C antidote to all of the toxins. That's not a valuable thing I've been teaching. That's valuable to everybody, and especially to the videos. So I believe if I wasn't a vitamin C maker also, I might have died from that dart gun attack. And if I wouldn't have died, it would be more serious damage. So yes, I'm unapologetically, I'm a Christian warrior in a war, a veteran in a war, where I've been taught with psychological warfare, chemical warfare, shot with weapons, and have war wounds. Meanwhile, the average Christian is like a wicked coward. He's just busy being a filthy porn addict, a sugar addict, being lazy, never talk about Jesus to anybody, hide behind an image online. They don't have the courage to go out on YouTube to make videos talk about Jesus or anything like this. And they haven't been in persecution or war. I've been intensely persecuted. So anyways, the point. We're just going to get to the point now. Get that out of the way. Teach you how to set up a security system. So, summarize what I've been saying. The point we're talking physically. What are some physical targets?
tactics. Spraying with things from cars or things that the perps hold in the hands when out in public. Toxins. Get inside the home and poison your food or poisoning your environment. So also they can get to restaurants. So you don't want to be a person eating at pizza, ordering pizza or something like this. Because they can, if I would start eating as a pizza shop, that's not a standard procedure. I don't order home delivered food. I don't order pizzas. I don't order anything that somebody drives to me because it'd be too easy to poison it. See, standard procedure, I don't eat at restaurants. When I used to eat at restaurants, it would be at a buffet, public buffet, which makes it harder for them to poison my food because everybody's eating from the same trays. So if the program wants to poison my food, it's like, well, to poison me, they had to poison the whole restaurant, which means they're unlikely to even try that. See, because it'd be too much of a thing. It's like this day, the newspaper, a lot of people got sick, food poison, and it's the day that I was at a video they're eating, and I've told people want to poison me. So, nice point. If I would start eating at pizza shops in this city, and they have more than 3, and I've become a person on a weekly basis, I go order pizza or call them and order to my home. That would incentivize the program to recruit people working as a delivery driver or the pizza baker and give them like a little drop a bottle. If this guy orders a pizza, put this little mystery liquid on his pizza and then drive it home. Or the delivery driver just stops and opens the pizza and puts it on there. So even if they're not already some people in some pizzas in the city, a government agent, part of this Gangstalking group, okay, if I started eating or frequenting a restaurant, there'd be an open door and an avenue of attack that would incentivize the program to recruit people so they can poison me. See? So you should not eat at restaurants. You shouldn't eat, at worst, eat at a buffet. But even if you're eating at a buffet, they could have people in the restaurant walk past the table and spray something on your food. They could have a covert device or have a powder in the pocket and get told, like, if your plate is unsupervised for just a second, a perp in the restaurant will walk past and spread a powder. They have like a powder, heavy metal powder in their pocket and drop it over your plate. See? So even eating at a buffet, it's risky. It might be harder for them to poison you if you're eating in a buffet, but it's not impossible. So, my advice is don't eat in restaurants that are procedures. Don't eat in restaurants. And as I told video, you can't afford to be a lazy person like the public is. You have to be disciplined. You're in a war. It's better to be a war in a garden than a garden in a war. And you cannot be a person who's like soft and undisciplined and lazy and in a war, understand? You have to be disciplined and you have to make tough decisions. Discipline is important. It's like I'm stop eating in restaurants. See? And have rules, set up procedures. If that, like, don't do this. If this happens, do that. And to prevent this, do this. So you need to be aware that the problem wants to poison you. And I'll teach them ways to protect yourself. So there's internal protection, taking vitamin C, which is a broad spectrum antitoxin. So if you take a lot of vitamin C, that makes you less affected by the toxin, generally. Vitamin C lowers cortisol, the stress hormone. So you'd be less damaged by the stress that the program works to inflict upon you if you're taking adequate amounts of vitamin C. And you'll also be less vulnerable to toxins, which means if they spray chemicals on and poison your food, you take less damage from the poison. And this applies to general public. The other Christians have my daughter on healer. These Christians, due to sellout ministries in this persecution program, they are more likely to get cancer. They have their body has been broken on temple goals because through the Bible Church, Refuge, God, and work for this Gangstalking program, that works to sabotage me and keep me from reaching the body of Christ. So the truth is, the body of Christ, they're not told individuals, they're exposed to chemical toxins every time they take a shower, air freshener, softener, eating a high sugar diet, and they're deficient in vitamin C. So they've been more poisoned and more hurt because they've been deficient in vitamin C while having all these poisons attack them every day. Whereas if they would be taking my advice and become a vitamin C mega doser 6 years ago, they would have been taking less damage from the poisons. their voices would have been heard in them less all these years. So that's the price of sellout ministries, participating in Gangstalking for a program that sabotage Mike and work to keep him non-effective, sabotage his ministry, work to keep him from reaching other Christians, and work to discredit him and target him and all these things. There's many Christians that got a root canals the last 6 years, that if they would have found me, listened to me, taken me seriously, they would have heard warnings that if you get a root canal, it can become infected. So there's at least one person with Bible Church listener, Robert Baker, I think, only got a root canal the last 6 years. And if they would have found my video 6 years ago, they would have been warned. The root canals become effective a lot of time. Ranging from a lot to every time. They would have been told to make a lot of vitamin C. They would have been warned that the chemical toxins they're using had no clean products or hurt their health. They've been taught alternatives. Here's what we could use to shower and clean your hands without poisoning yourself. And get on a high dose vitamin C protocol. Even if they would keep doing these other retarded things, spraying a countertop, use air freshener, shampoo, they would be less hurt by them if they would have been taking a lot of vitamin C while maintaining this toxic lifestyle. Just changing that one thing. Adding high dose vitamin C to lifestyle. Keep everything else as toxic, you will be less damaged by it. So anyways, there's Christian ministries that are involved in targeting. So if you're a targeted video and you are a Christian, or become one after watching my videos, because I'm not a one-trick pony. It's not the only thing I talk about on my social media is gangstalking. I make videos teaching sermons sometimes, and teaching how to get saved and teaching how to live as a Christian. So if you're a Christian target video, when you find me, you become one after finding me. I don't recommend. It's like not like, oh, just run to church and they'll help you. As a target, you need a support system. Just go to church. No, you can count on churches, ministries targeting you. And that's my experience. If I subscribe to a ministry YouTube channel, I get targeted. Do the Bible Church. And I can give you a few examples of Christian ministries that have participated targeted. Do the Bible Church, Raffi and Arnold, Brandon Holthouse, Rock Harbor, something. Robert Baker is another one. Andy Woods. After I started listening to them, they start targeting me. And how they target narcissistic dog abuse types of videos for the Gangstalking program. And there's more ministries that have been involved. It's not I named everyone. So, anyway, we're going to get to the solution. So first of all, let's go to vitamin C. I call that internal shielding. So that's one of the most important things to supplements in general. If you're taught a video, you need to learn from me on supplements. You need to take my advice and get on a serious supplement protocol. And that will do a lot for you to mitigate the psychological damage, improve your quality of life, make you suffer less. I've told you, I'm a person that's targeted with gangstalking, and I've healed myself, cured myself of panic attacks and depression while that's been going on. Agoraphobia and other things. CPTSD, I've cured myself of that, and PTSD while being targeted. So maybe I know a thing or two about how to heal and cope and deal with psychological things. So basically, you deal with abuse, and the abuse will be a trauma, a target physical and psychological trauma. And if you're targeted video, likely problems you might have is CPTSD, PTSD from the target. That's like a likely outcome, a likely probable mental health problem that a target will get after many years of targeting is CPTSD, PTSD, and you're going to be more stressed than other people, have more anxiety, stress. You're more likely to get depressed. And I can teach you how to deal with that. I'm very valuable to anybody. I'm a true leader. I've been able to teach Christians, target videos, things that nobody else, they're not being taught what they need to know. People suffer from anxiety, depression, and they don't know what I know, so they end up self-medicating with drugs or things like this. So you can be helped by supplements. Supplements can help, and that's key. So as a target video with supplementation and diet, you can make a big difference. So I'm gonna look at my playlist here. I'm gonna show the video. I've been a proponent of vitamin C mega also, and the only reason I bring up Tom Levy is because there's a value in referencing other people sometimes. I started making lots of vitamin C before I ever heard of Tom Levy. I got my first vitamin C detox flash around 2012 sometime, maybe 2009, 10, 11. So before I ever heard of Tom Levy, I was making lots of vitamin C and doing vitamin C detox flashes. So that's titration past bowel tolerance. Okay, so anyway, let's get to the playlist here. Go to my channel. And don't count on this playlist thing up. Meaning the channel might get taken down eventually. It's not impossible. Home. Here we go. So here's my channel. Here, Vitamin C King of Vitamins. It's a playlist on my homepage. Vitamin C King of Vitamins. Vitamin C Antidote to all known toxins. This is a video I have in the playlist. Vitamin C Antidote to all known toxins. And also you are paranoid about radiation weapons used on you. I have another video. So I've been teaching targets to make those vitamin C for years. Vitamin C Antidote to all known toxins. Some targets are worried about radiation, EMF weapons being used on them. Well, you should be supplementing magnesium and vitamin C if you're worried about radiation. Magnesium mitigates damage from EMF radiation due to magnesium being a natural calcium channel blocker. And the way that EMF radiation hurts you is via voltage-gated calcium channels. So if you magnesium can mitigate EMF radiation damage, especially if used in conjunction with ascorbic acid vitamin C. So if you're one of these people that's like, no, Mike, I'm a true believer that I'm talking about EMF weapons, radio weapons, radiation. Well, you still would have been helped by this, even if that was true. Because you've been told to take serious amounts of magnesium and vitamin C, which would, even if you would be having a lot of radiation, you'll be less damaged by it. Now, that's not the case in our attack with EMF satellites in outer space. Vitamin C antidote to all toxins. Tom Levy.
Young college girls, both of them, they're almost like twins.
This is a video that someone survived YouTube for 12 years. Vitamin C antidote to all toxins, Thomas Levy, MD, even snake bite. And the video went viral, okay? So he figured out how to they put the right name in there, and it made it go viral. There was a Filipino grocery that was there. I was in a panel with her, and like I noticed you use as a hashtag for like every short viral video. It's like, does it actually make the video go viral? She goes, yeah. And I go, okay. So it's like the secret trick is viral, the title video, and it goes viral. It's like this is how to trick the algorithm. The algorithm pick it up. What says viral the title? It's like it's got to be sorted. The YouTube algorithm is like, here's a video, and it's like, oh, it has viral in the title hashtag, but only 1,000 views. Now this is supposed to go into the viral video category YouTube. So it's, yeah, whatever. So it's like Tom Levy, he put viral. He is the one who put it. Did you not name your video Tom Levy? Vitamin C antidote to all known toxins, Thomas Levy, MD. Side Thomas Levy, MD. Even snake bite. Viral virus material. What's that about? Okay. It's like, what are you? Didn't you wash your hands before you made the videos? Did you have the flu and unwashed hands when you made a video? And you're trying to make the video go viral. What is this about? So anyway, I'm being facetious. He didn't pick the title. I don't think this is, he didn't upload this. It's somebody that was filming one of his lectures and uploaded as a YouTube video. So anyway, 12 years ago, vitamin C antidote to all toxins. And just the title is that you know something. I could teach that vitamin C at length off the top of my head, but it can be helpful. So basically, here's another thing. I made a short on this talk about this and upload it. Vitamin C is a broad-spectrum antitoxin. Vitamin C is a broad-spectrum antitoxin, which means if something is toxic, it is toxic. vitamin C will exert an antitoxic effect to it. Some things, toxins, vitamin C can neutralize directly upon contact, which means an example would be chlorine. So ascorbic acid, aka vitamin C, is used in water purification, which means if there's trace amounts of chlorine in the city tap water, and I get a liter bottle, and I go fill it up, and I add just 1 gram of ascorbic acid to a liter water, that can be enough to completely neutralize pre-ingestion the trace amounts of chlorine in the city tap water. What is that? That's pre-ingestion. What do I mean by that? It means I have a toxin in the water, I add vitamin C, and it destroys the toxin. So if I drink the water, there's no toxin going to my body from the water. So vitamin C can, on contact, neutralize certain toxins directly pre-ingestion, which is important. That's an important fact. Because ultimately you keep toxins from flowing into your body rather than deal with them once they're in the body. So vitamin C can neutralize certain toxins, chemical toxins such as chlorine, directly. You mix vitamin C with chlorine in water, enough vitamin C can neutralize chlorine. Some things you might not be able to directly neutralize. To teach on toxicology here. What would the example be? Chlorine is an example where vitamin C can neutralize the chlorine, which is a chemical toxin, before it goes in your body. So you have water with trace amounts of chlorine, you add enough vitamin C to it, the chlorine is neutralized. And it's not toxic anymore once you drink, it's been neutralized. If there would be heavy metals, if you would have a kernel, like a dust particle, like a sand speck sized lead particle in your body or in water, and you had vitamin C. Vitamin C might not melt it, destroy it, and there's no lead in it anymore, in body or in a liquid. Now, if you have vitamin C in your body and you have lead going to your body, you have a lead like a particle in your body, and the vitamin C can't directly neutralize it. It's not going to go in there, melt it, and like boom, and just sap out of existence and it remove the solid form lead in your body. It will still counteract the toxic effect of the lead solid form in your body. Because if vitamin C is present in the same place that the lead toxin is, toxins cause oxidative stress inflammation. They rob you of electrons. How much a toxin is damaging you depends on how much oxidative stress inflammation is causing, how many electrons per second it's robbing you of. So, if you have a lead particle somewhere, it's robbing you of electrons. It's giving inflammation, causing oxidative stress. If you introduce vitamin C to the same environment, enough of it, right form, right amount, the vitamin C is donating electrons. And if you have enough vitamin C in the same place, you're counteracting the toxic effect, because the toxin is giving +1 inflammation and it's making you this sick. If the vitamin C, you have enough vitamin C to give you -1 inflammation, now you remove the problem. Now if you have 3 points of inflammation, oxidative stress from a lead particle here, it's like effect is +3 oxidative stress, and you have -1 oxidative stress amounts of vitamin C, that's a 1/3 less damage. Okay, so I've been teaching this before. Being a person with autism would most likely abnormal levels of heavy metals in my brain tissues. Okay, there's certain things you can do to chelate, which means extract the heavy metals out of tissues and then have them extruded. You can chelate, you can pull. Chelation means it comes from Greek claw. So a chelate is something that reaches into tissues, grabs onto a heavy metal toxin, pulls them out, they now enter into circulation, where they can be passed via perspiration, defecation, urination, main detox pathways. So there's toxins that are stored away in tissues that if you pull them into circulation, they're in circulation now, and you can pass them via your normal detox pathways methods, meaning urination, perspiration, defecation, which are three major ways your body detox itself. Sweating, kissing, shitting. Okay. So there's some toxins in your body when you sweat, when you're urinating, when you're shitting. So anyways, the point. Vitamin C is a broad spectrum antitoxin, which means some things it can just destroy before they even get into the body. Other things, worst case scenario is like you have a toxin in your body and the vitamin C, when it meets it, doesn't break it down and neutralize it. Having the vitamin C in the same place the toxin is still counteracting the toxic effect because it's donating electrons. So toxins hurt your health by robbing electrons. And if it robs you enough electrons, the toxin, it kills you. It makes you sick. So vitamin C counteracts the effect of the toxin by donating electrons. So if you have a toxin robbing these many electrons, which is synonymous, it's like the same correlating with electrons being robbed is the inflammation level that the toxin gives you. So you have a toxin robbing these many electrons per minute. If you have enough vitamin C in the same place, donating as many electrons per minute, you're neutralizing the toxic effect. Even if the toxin is not destroyed, it's still there, and it's poisoning you. You have the vitamin C in the same place. The vitamin C is donating as many electrons as the toxin is robbing, and now you have like equilibrium. You don't have a poisoning problem. So it's like electron flow. So that's the point. The way the toxins, if something is a toxin, it induces oxidative stress, inflammation, and it robs you electrons. What is an antitoxin? It's something that decreases oxidative stress, inflammation, and donates electrons. And what determines how potent the antitoxin is how much oxidative stress decrease it causes, a milligram amount, and how many electrons it donates. So that's the point. Vitamin C is a broad spectrum antitoxin, and certain things can be neutralized pre-ingestion, is what I call that, which means I have a glass of water, and at home I filter my water. But if I go to another person's house for coffee and I pour a glass of water, and it's like this might be trace amounts of chlorine in this water, add just 100 milligrams of ascorbic acid to half a liter of water, it could be sufficient to neutralize the trace amounts of chlorine, which is a chemical toxin in drinking. So that will be pre-ingestion, neutralizing the toxin before it enters into the body. Vitamin C outside the body is an antitoxin. It can destroy toxins, certain toxins, before they get into the body. Other things, it can destroy them inside the body, which means if you have a toxin in your body and you drink vitamin C water, the vitamin C gets to the same place the toxin is, and it starts neutralizing it. And vitamin C sacrifices itself in the process of neutralizing the toxin, which I've been talking about. Vitamin C is a type of Christ. It mirrors the Lord Jesus Christ in nature and in working. So, here's a person being ghosting me, okay? They came and be passive aggressive. They left a like and then removed the like right after because I wasn't playing the game. A flying monkey, quite possible. Only cyberstalkers mimicking me, had one interference and distract me because they've been subscribed to me for 20 minutes, but I haven't seen them before. They never left comments on my videos, my uploads. They weren't I've been uploading videos all day. I didn't get a comment on those videos from this person. They just show up when I'm live because that's the only time you can run interference on Microsoft's live content production. Is if you show up live. See, I don't care if you fly monkey, narcissistic, cyberstalk or not doing this. It's like you've been subscribed for 20 minutes and you only show up when I'm live. See, that's a pattern too. People are not flying monkeys or anything, but they only show up when I'm live, which is the only chance to distract me, to sabotage my videos that I made live without a script. See, it's only showing up live, and then when after I didn't respond to them, they remove the like, which I'm supposed to notice as a way of narcissistic abuse to push my body to give you a like and then remove it and things like this. So you can get blocked, okay? Yeah, that's a cyber stalker fly monkey. They do the gay trolling tactic, where they show up pretending to be gay too. See, I was right. Receiving in yourself that recompense you was meet. And even if you did not like to retain God in your knowledge, God gave you to reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. Men with men, burning the last one to one another, doing things which are unseemly, receiving himself the recompense of the error which was meet. That's what the Bible says on homosexuality. But if you come in here work to harass me, be like, I'm gay, Mike, it's a form of sexual abuse, by the way. It's a form of sexual abuse. When I'm a Christian man, and part of the way I get harassed is they recruit gay people to come and be like, I wanna do these sexual things to you, Mike. And they know that I'm a Christian that has an aversion to homosexuality due to my belief system. And one of the target tactics is to the program recruit fly monkeys that either are gay or pretend to be and become and act sexual to a Christian man. To be like, oh, I'm gay, Mike, I love you, and things like this. Okay. So anyways, the point. So back to what I was saying is I never interrupt anyone who's making mistakes. So this is part of cyber stalking. This is part of also the experience with on video. If I'm live doing a live stream, they work to run interference on it. And narcissist always abuse tactics. So notice how I called it. After I called him as a flying monkey, he does that tactic that I've said that he used to harass me. Where they come in and pretend to be gay. I call it gay trolling. So notice the first comment I'm able to detect a flying monkey, narcissistic abuse, and just go said hi, see. And I see the person hi, and I know that's a flying monkey. Okay. And then they expose themselves as well by, oh, let's do the harassment attack that we do flying monkeys, like to hit on you as a straight Christian man being gay because you have aversion to this sin as a Christian. So be like, oh, I'm gay, Mike, oh, let's be gay together or something like this. And I'm like, leave me alone, okay? See? Okay. So anyways, the point. Yeah, so if you're taught in the video, it's imperative that you learn from me. Vitamin C is an antitoxin, so that's one of the most important things that you need to learn. You need to learn about vitamin C, megadosin, proper supplementation. Ascorbic acid is an antitoxin. Vitamin C also lowers cortisol, the stress hormone, which means cortisol is stress, which means if you have high cortisol and it's lowered, you feel less stressed. What is stress? It's not a ghost that floats around in your head feeling of stress. Stress is high cortisol, correlated with the stress. Somebody self-reported distressed. If I would be in the hospital and the doc asks me, how do you feel? I'm having a panic attack. I'm super stressed, doc. If they hook me up, oh, I've got high blood pressure. If they can measure cortisol, high cortisol, above baseline, increased heart rate, like the beats per minute of your heart, see, correlated with the stress state, which means therapeutic effort. If I can lower cortisol, heart rate, blood pressure, I can expect to have the felt stress decreased. So being a person, being my own doctor and psychologist, and having a greater success than when I used to have other people try to help me, is understanding and then finding solutions. Understand the problem, find solutions to the problem, find the solutions. So what is stress? Stress is not a feeling that you have to go to a psychologist and like talk the ghost of stress feeling out of your brain, like some kind of modern exorcism. You have the Catholic special outfits casting out demons out of people. And some of the people that were treated like this might have been people with severe OCD or autism or something like this. I understand, they need an exorcism. Like autistic children in the Middle Ages having meltdowns or frothing at the mouth. We need to get into a Catholic priest to drive the demon out of them. See? Do you understand? Now you have people with special suits. They use big pharmakia. You can search the Greek word pharmakia. And they have special suits. And they rely on talking. That demon, leave him, okay? They rely on talking the problem out of the person. And pharmakia, big pharma drugs. And me, I've been improved myself. I used to be on antidepressants one year. years. I got put on antidepressants as a young adult for depression and anxiety. And I got off them, been off them for many years, and I'm not depressed. And I don't have that as much of an anxiety problem, despite people work to stress me out. So here's the point. But what I'm saying is it's not the end all be all. It's like if people watch my videos and learn how to deal with stress and how to improve their mental physical health, they're less likely to end up having a crisis where they need to reach out and go to a psychologist because they have this problem now, this level of problem. So you're less likely to need to get to a point where you're super depressed, you're become addicted to drugs because you have stress and you're self-medicating, and now you have to go to a clinic to get off the drugs or something like this. You're less likely to have these problems if you listen to me. So, is it going to be another fly monkey here now? Maybe. Yes, there's another one, the cyber stalkers. They're going to get blocked. And after they got blocked, there's a cyber stalker who was cyber stalked another time. And after blocking them, they come back with a backup channel, say. But they're not a cyber stalker. Okay, they're normal healthy person. They went and do narcissist always abuse texting my chat. So this is what happens. Notice how dangerous I am to these people. I'm working to teach the truth and we need to have interference on it. That's what they're doing. They're working to do perception management, they work to sabotage my videos. So that's level cyber stalking, gangstalking. Where like they subscribe to my channel with cyber stalking accounts. Then this is cyber stalker's got 10 accounts. If I block one, I come back with another one. Come back with another one. So anyway, I gotta turn off the chat. I put it to 20 minutes as an experiment. But I'm not gonna deal with the fly monkeys. It's too easy for them, the cyber stalkers. I made a video about this recently. So fly monkeys need to have a sense of feeling safe and comfortable. People don't disrespect and target and abuse people if they feel like it's dangerous to do so. So over the internet, it's way too easy for cyber stalkers, fly monkeys work for the gangstalking program online, to target me because it's very low risk. It's like they're hiding anonymity. It's not like they're a person that I know who they are and I can figure out where they work, where their husband works, where their children go to school. I can figure out what address they live in the city. They can be exposed on the internet for things. If they do something bad, they can be put on blast on social media. There's risks, do you understand? If there's a fly monkey targeting me, like, let's say the program gets like a landlord agent who's, we got a time book that's gonna like flush my plumbing or something like this, or like let air out of the radiators, and he's been recruited to be a gang stalker target for the program. If he's in here, there's some risk there because he'll be on camera, and if he does narcissist always abuse tactics, he can show up in Instagram reel like stalked by the Fed, fake Tia does, and a person on the internet is like, this guy acting weird around the toilet video. See? And that might not make you feel comfortable. See? Another thing is like you figure out if he's here doing narcissistic abuse to me, which is criminal, illegal, there's consequences that he risks. It could be me finding out where his wife goes to work and maybe call his wife's workplace and I want to talk to this person. Did you know that your wife is an abuser? A lot of times people abuse somebody and they need to be warned because they might get abusive to the wife or the kids too. See? Maybe the boss can call the company they work for. Do you know this guy's a bully? The bullies autistic individuals when they shows up to work for you. See? That this guy that you have working for you, he came to my house. I'm an autistic talking video talk with gang stalking. And he started talking with narcissist always abuse tactic when his job was here to fix the plumbing and stuff like this. Do you understand? So we can go into hypothetical and it's like, what is okay to do? What would I do? What could I do? What's legal? Everything has to be legal. Okay, so if anything would be legal, I'm not saying to do it. But the point is this. So the flying monkeys told me in real life, there's some very real risks there. I posted a video about this recently, how people don't disrespect people unless they feel comfortable doing so. People don't bully and abuse people unless they feel like it's safe to do so. And on the internet, it's way too easy for the program to get flying monkeys to target me with narcissistic abuse because they're not in the room, okay, first of all, which means they don't risk physical violence happening to them the same minute they start violence games against me. And I'm not threatening that. I'm not saying I would, but if you're a human and somebody try to get me, hey, your job is to go into this guy's home and bully him, I'd be like, well, that means I'm risking the guy going nuts from the abuse and snapping on me and getting violent. See? So it's not a threat. See, if I teach on risk probability, that is not the same as threatening things. Meaning, if I don't use myself as an example, meaning if you're a person and you're working to abuse an autistic person, you risk the person going psychotic while you're abusing them. And people that go psychotic, so that's one of the ways that people can be affected by bullying. Long-term covert bullying, if they're autistic, is you can risk triggering a psychotic episode, a meltdown, like a meltdown type of state, physical acting out. Meaning, this is not what I know. That if you take a person with autism, ADHD, they already have lower impulse control inhibition to begin with, and more stressed. So basically, if somebody is stressed, they're more likely to act out physically. And if a person is autistic, they're more stressed and more vulnerable to stress, and more likely to have a hard time controlling themselves from acting out physically if they get super stressed. Just biologically. There's no fast ADHD autism. Okay. And if you work to long-term bully this person, you risk the person going psychotic, you risk the person acting out. So it's not that I had to threaten that I'm planning to lash out if they bully me. It's just risk. It's like if you're bullying somebody, anybody, you risk the person snapping on you and getting physical. And there might be some people that it's more risky and more likely that they will snap and lose the stuff. Because if you bully people, there's a risk that the person loses it and gets pushed over the edge. See? This is not some radical concept I deal with human behavior. It's like if you bully people, abuse them, what you're risking is the person losing the temper, acting out, going over the edge, okay? And it might be things that make more or less likely. Is the person a person that has sleep problems? Have they been a total long-term abuse? And things like this. So the point is this. Joe Rogan has a clip about when it came up in Hollywood from his podcast, and he was in the room with actors, and he had an actor being like passive aggressive with him, and he's like, that's a guy I could easily kill. I could just kill him at the same moment, and still he's got like the audacity to pick on me. And Joe Rogan retells the story. He'd be doing auditions, he'd be in the room with actors, with I guess news radio, that was his sitcom there. He'd be like, yeah, it happened when I'd be like in the room, and there was some little pencil neck sissy actor, and he was messing with me, and I'm like, I could just kill this guy right now. He wouldn't be able to stop me. And he tells the story about how despite that being reality, the guy was still like feeling comfortable talking. So the only reason he was doing this is because he felt comfortable. Like he didn't think what Rogan thought. He didn't feel like, well, my behavior would make Rogan sit and think about playing with that is, and what if I just close the distance and throw this guy on the ground and start ground and put elbow strikes to his head? That wouldn't be able to, I don't think he'd be able to stop me. Understand? Do you understand? So like if the actor is sitting there, he feels this like, yeah, this little guy Joe here is also for this. Okay. Be disrespectful. Obviously he feels safe. Where he's not living reality, where in the same room Droga might be sitting and be like, the guy just was passive aggressive with me. What if I would just like fly up my chair and do a takedown on him? He hits the ground and start raining down elbows on him. Or just get up and throw a side kick in his face. Just go up, bang, throw a kick. If he's still standing, just keep fighting. He don't understand. It's like, yeah, I know he wouldn't have a fucking chance if I got violent with him right now. Droga can sit there and think that. He wouldn't have a fucking chance. Okay? Which means his behavior made Rogan start playing around with the idea of hurting him. Which is, that's dangerous. It's like, just if you're in the room with a person, your behavior makes them start thinking about attacking you. That's a dangerous environment. They don't have to threaten it or act on it, but just if your behavior, you're in the room with another person, and your behavior makes the person go, oh, the person just did that. And they start thinking about getting physical with you now. It's like they're just thinking, or understand. That's dangerous. Just a human in the room think about killing you is dangerous, even if they don't act on it. A person who you're in the room with somebody and they're thinking about attacking you physically, possibly take your life, that's dangerous. To be in that environment, period. Even if they don't act on it, just that your behavior makes them feel a certain way, that makes them start thinking about how to respond to this. Do I get physical with them? Am I going to let them get away with what they just did? Do you understand? So here's the point. People that bully people feel comfortable, and that's the only reason they bully people. And if people were in the know about how dangerous it is to pick on somebody, they wouldn't do it. So anyway, so this applies to the Gangstalking program. So the program recruits flying monkeys to target me online and in real life, so-called flying monkeys. And it's too easy for them to feel comfortable doing so because they're not in the room. So they're not risking, like, I'm going to bully this guy and push his buttons, and I'm risking the guy going, what's up, bitch? Let's go, motherfucker, okay? You try to bully me again. Just say something again, bitch. Let's go, bitch. Try to tell me what to do again, bitch, okay? You risk that, see? So what's up, bitch? Let's go. You want to bully me? Come over here and bully me again, see? And they risk that happening. Someone react like that. It's like, oh, you want to be passive aggressive? Come over here and be active aggressive with me. You feel like you're in charge in this room, okay? Do you feel like you're in charge? Do you feel like you're in charge right now? Okay, so what is the point? Just that verbal, like pausing, they risk that. But online, it's like they're not in the room. So that they can go do whatever, and most of the risk is that getting blocked. So they're not in the room, they're not risking getting physically confronted. They don't risk being on camera, even if the person doesn't like get aggressive with them. They don't risk, there's like the person is on camera, and you can do research and figure out where they live, and figure out ways to give consequences to them. Understand? And one of the consequences that you risk could be legal consequences. So it's too easy for the program to target me with cyberstalking online. Now, fake Tia stopped by the feds. Lisa doesn't have people show up cyberstalkers to harass her because he's a fake Tia perp. She is. And she went from fear-mongering against cameras to copying me, live streaming to protect against covert entry after I called out for that. So after she's so valuable to the Tia, she's like, don't use Ring doorbell cameras, they will spy on you. And I'm like, no, this person is chilling. TIs need to use technology to protect themselves from the program, make it harder for the program to message in different ways. And now she flipped and she starts taking my advice, what I've been saying. Live streaming. So anyway, it's too easy for flying monkeys or the Gangstalking program to harass me in my chat because they don't risk physical violence. They don't risk being confronted. And I'm not threatening physical violence when I say this. I'm just analytically saying that statistically, it's a known fact that if you bully people, you trigger fight-flight mode in the human being, and the statistical likelihood that they get aggressive and physical is higher. It's just psychology, okay? Meaning, if you bully people, statistically, there's a risk that the bully victim gets violent with the bully. Statistically. Psychology, studies, statistics, crime statistics, it's like a risk factor for people getting violent is people being bullied, okay? Do you understand? And then there's certain things that can make it more risky. Like if the person has been long-term bullied, they're sleep deprived when they're being bullied, low inhibition, impulse control. So that being sleep deprived can affect you similarly to being drunk in terms of inhibition and impulse control. Meaning being sleep deprived to a certain level mimics or mirrors the state of intoxication to some extent in terms of inhibition being lowered, impulse control being lowered, and aggression going up, being more irritable. See, so being intoxicated with alcohol, you're more likely to be irritable, have low impulse control, where you act out and you weren't good at controlling yourself. Now you can have the same effect. Also, things like reaction time can be mirrored, and like decreased reaction time and balance, which like you're not supposed to operate heavy machinery if you're drunk or sleep deprived. See. So if you work at a construction site, you're like the crane operator, and you try to work, hey boss, I've been up all night, I didn't sleep all night, but I'm showing up for work. They might go, well, according to ocean regulations, you're not allowed to operate that crane in a simplified state. So you have to call in sick today or something like this, because it's a risk factor. It's like we don't let people that are drunk or sleep to try and operate this heavy machine on the work site, because it increases the risk to be an accident. Okay. So anyway, here's the point. My point is this. So yeah, basically, it's dangerous to bully people in the flesh. There's risk associated. It's more or less dangerous, and it should be. So I do believe philosophically that people don't have the right to feel safe and comfortable while criminally abusing others. Okay, because that's what it is. It's illegal to abuse people. So flying monkeys online. It's too easy. They don't risk consequence of being exposed because they're hiding behind anonymity as they pick on you. They don't risk people finding out where they work and calling their work and warning their boss, or asking the boss, or like working to maybe ask co-workers about this person. There's some real world consequences that people risk if they bully somebody in real life for a secret bully program or not, Gangstalking program. And online, cyberstalkers work for the Gangstalking program, hide anonymity. They hide anonymity. They're not in the room. They don't risk physical violence. They don't risk verbal. They don't risk. It's easy for them to be able to pick on her over the internet, which means I don't like to give them like freebies, like to be able to go live, had a chat open, so the Gangstalking can send flying monkeys to do narcissistic always abuse tactics or overt abuse just very easily. Okay. So in real life, it's dangerous to bully people, me and everybody else. And it should be, because you risk consequences. You risk legal consequences. You risk the person confronting you about your behavior at the very least. You risk being exposed as there's risks involved with being a flying monkey targeting individuals for the Gangstalking program. And I do believe that it should be uncomfortable and dangerous. You don't have the right to feel comfortable and dangerous when bullying people. I do believe that if somebody is bullying people in the workplace, or they're bullying somebody in school, or they're bullying somebody anywhere, they should be in danger of severe consequences. It should be dangerous. They should risk being expelled from school because the person being bullied goes to the principal. They get disciplined by the parents because somebody calls home and lets them know, hey, this person, see, somebody's in school, they're bullying another person. Some of the consequences you risk is the person being bullied go to the principal, and then the bully's family gets a phone call, and the parents go, hey, your kid has been bullying another kid at school, and they're not allowed to show up at school for a week or something like this. And if you want to go back to school, you have to take some counseling or something like this, And then the person also risks that the parents get the consequences. Like you're grounded for a week, your allowance is, you don't get allowance for a week, see? And these are the type of things that can make a person stop bullying somebody. That the risk and consequences can prevent bullying. And if somebody's already bullying, getting some consequences can make them stop bullying. And there's a right of consequences. If the bully is bullying somebody physically, the person might defend herself physically. And it's like, wow, this is uncomfortable to so whatever is the point. But we're gonna finish up this video, and what I'm gonna get to here is teaching you the covert entry system. So I've talked about before, it's important that you protect yourself from. Here's my point, okay? Here's my point. See how fast things can happen. So that's my point. Today I'm fast. Every day I'm fast. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. That's my point. So it's like we're getting facetious here. So sometimes I train. Sometimes I do a live stream. I go, yeah, here's my point. That's part of my speech. But a lot of times as a teacher, I go, yeah, the point is this. And sometimes I get a knife with the point is this. Because this little point. See what I did there? So the point is this. Here's the point. Here's my point, okay? Here's my main thrust of my argument. Yeah. So where's the point? And things go people's heads. Some people miss my points. They don't see them. I can see what I'm saying. So where's the point? Yeah, so my point is this. Now notice how I'm sitting here and you're in my phone abusing me. So obviously it's less risky to be violent, to psychologically abuse me for the Gangstalker program as a cyberstalker in my chat, because you're a person in my chat within arm's reach as I'm sitting here abusing me. And I do believe that it's not a radical claim to say that if you were sitting this close across my desk, it'd be a lot more dangerous to do what you're doing. And if you were aware of how much more dangerous, that might prevent you from doing what you're doing, see? So there's a lot of things that, and once you risk to turn the camera, put your see, oh, there's a guy bullying me. That uploaded to the image or faces or perps or something like this. If I would get like a archive online of like cyber stalking gangstalkers, and be like, okay, there's people like Stalk by Facebook, these are fake TI that has gotten like viral from posting videos that are less convincing and like less lower quality proof of gangstalking than what I have. All the times IRL streaming and clips of being a TL live streaming in public. I just didn't use it. So my support. Yeah, so my point is this. My point is this. TI covert entry. You know what? I'm gonna make a new live stream, and we get into because it took too long. It's 1 hour 46 minutes. So I'm gonna make another live stream talk about how to set up a covert entry security system, and we still dealt with the topics. So it's like part one, talk about the need to set up a security system, physical targeting and ways to defend. So we already covered kind of in bulk. It's like vitamins, okay? The takeaway is Mike says that you need to learn about vitamins. You need to know that if you're targeting video, the program will attack with poisons, covert entry. So different ways to poison is you either in public spray poisons or you hit it with a dart gun, okay? Like I got hit with a dart gun. Get inside your home and poison your home. Open your fridge, put poison in your food or your bed or something like this. So you've been aware of that. And I told you need to have a security system to stop covert entry. In my next slide, I'm going to show you how to set up a security system. Show and tell. Talk about how to set up a security system. Okay. And to finish this live stream and kind of summarize my argument, TIs are attacked physically. You're attacked physically. If you're targeted, you're being attacked physically. And you need to be aware of the fact that you're targeted physically. Because some targets, especially more likely at the first year of targeting or so, is aware that they're being harassed, group stalked and harassed. And that's it. And they're also having the program unbeknownst to them, like the first year of targeting or so, go inside the home and poisoning their food or putting a chemical irritant in the bed to keep them from being able to fall asleep. Sleep deprivation is one of the goals of the program, to part of what we do to destabilize you and hurt you, affect you negatively, is to work to give you induced sleep deprivation, to sabotage your sleep. Because if you have bad sleep, that can make you more vulnerable to psychological abuse and physical abuse. And part of what the program does, psychological target, is they work to create CPTSD formation. They work to create CPTSD in the target and then trigger it when they're out in public. So anyway, here's the point. You need to be aware that you're being targeted. I've been teaching you today about gang stalking. You need to know that if you're a gang stalk target video, physical target is part of it. Poisons are used, not direct entry weapons. I'm not here to warn you about ELF weapons in outer space or microwave radar assaults or synthetic telepathy machines or something like this. Okay. You are attacked physically, so targets are attacked physically, and if you're targeted, you need to be aware of the fact that you are targeted physically to begin with, and then a little bit of info about some ways that you can be targeted physically by the program. Being sprayed with chemicals on the public, perps having covert devices spraying chemicals on you, and or dart guns, and vehicles spraying chemicals on you. Ted Gunderson confirmed that that's happening. Ted Gunderson from Los Angeles FBI talked about Gangstalking, how the program can spray with chemicals, and that happened to him. So, and I've been getting into some ways to protect against that. And part of the poison is they want to get inside your home and poison you. They want to get inside your home, poison your food. And you need to be aware that they poison, and you need to learn from me how to protect yourself from poisoning. So part of protecting from being poisoned is going to be stop the problem from able to go inside your home and have a chance to poison you. When you're outside, there's things you can do to protect yourself from being poisoned outside by sprays and stuff. And there's internal shielding and external shielding. So there's supplements you can take, diet, lifestyle, nutrition changes, that makes you less vulnerable to toxin exposure. And then there's things external shielding that you can wear to make it harder to get a liquid on your skin to poison you. And the basics would be to cover up with multiple core layers, to wear multiple core layers, and have as little exposed skin as possible. So, I'm gonna finish up, okay. I'm gonna finish up, and I'm gonna go live again. So I got to a point where it's like I started, it's like I got a little bit carried away. So I'm gonna have a pit stop, make some coffee, get some vitamin C water, and then come back and be teaching how to set up a COVID entry now system. So you've been briefed, you've been warned that the program wants to poison you, and a major thing that you want to prevent is the program being able to get inside your home that's going to COVID entry. Because if they get inside your home, it will be to do bad things. It will be to poison you. It will be to contaminate your environment with toxic chemicals. It will be to do bad things to you. And in my next lesson, I'm going to be teaching how to set up a security system. And it's not really that difficult. I can go do live stream inside the home when you leave. Bye. Okay. And that's good, because someone might think, oh, I just have a video recorder. It's too easy for them to shut it down. The king of TI protection, CCTV, keeping the program out of your home way, is live streams. It's a lot harder for them to turn off your live streams, sabotage your live streams, to be able to get inside the home if you have a live stream versus if you have a camera, and only a camera. So I'm gonna finish up. I'm Mike Sam, persecuted Christian Tony Vito, and this person that showed up, they're a flying monkey that was here before, and they're disgusting. Disgusting, they're freak cowards is what you are. Cyber stalkers. This is part of gangstalking. I notice I'm a TI, and this gang stalker showing up harassing me in my chat. And the person, one of them, they can't, oh, it's me again. A person got blocked after being called out as a cyber stalker before. Showing up on another account. So after I block one account, the cyber stalkers have several accounts all the time. And it's what? Narcissist always abuse tactics. Because they show up, hi, it's me again. I look at the name, oh, that's the person who was cyber stalking another channel. I call them out, you're getting blocked for being a cyber stalker, which is a bound that I don't want anything to do with you, I don't want to say. And then they show up again when I'm live. See, hello again. After I go, you're a toxic person, gang stalker, you're getting blocked. They show up next time I'm live. It's me again, same name, different account. See, like see, and if I just go, I have to say, oh, Mike's paranoid. Somebody came in and said hi, and Mike thinks it's being stalked by the government all of a sudden. See, that's narcissist always abuse tactics. It's like somebody, let's say their account is Man City 35. And then a week ago I was live, and somebody comes in, talking to me, and it becomes clear that they're a cyber stalker. They push in my buttons, they ask about childhood traumas to try to get me triggered, and I can tell they're a gang stalker. It ends with me going, you're a cyber stalker, you're getting blocked. Okay, I want nothing to do with you, bye. And then next time I go live, Man City shows up, hey, it's me again. That's abuse. That's violating boundaries. Even if it wasn't a conspiracy, a gang stalker. It's like, I don't like you. I don't want you around me. I put on a boundary. You blocked my channel. They violate the boundary. Mike blocked me. I switched to another account and come back talking to him again. That's unwanted. That's cyber stalking now. You block somebody. I don't want you around me. They make a new account, come back to be around you again. See? And this is an example of cyber stalking. The narcissist always abuse tactics. Because it's designed to be discreet, the targeting. So I look paranoid if I talk about it, which is another thing that makes it so cowardly. the target. Where you get targeted with passive aggressiveness, narcissist always abuse tactics online and offline, which means it's impossible for you to defend yourself without appearing to be paranoid, crazy, and the aggressor in a situation to most people seeing it happen. See? Now here's the point. There's a choice that you have as target, meaning I can go, when I'm being cyberstalked here, and this flying monkey is picking on me doing discrete abuse, like narcissist always abuse tactics for the program. I can go, well, if I respond and call the person out, you're a flying monkey targeting me with narcissist always abuse tactics for the program right now. And I'm aware that without like a lot of time explaining that and showing it, I will appear to a lot of people that they watched this happen to be paranoid and the aggressor in the situation. It's like somebody just came in and said hi, and Mike is the aggressor. So he's like, screw you, you perp, you're harassing me. Okay. Or Mike's is paranoid and he's the aggressor, see. And that's the principle that people will have. If it's just I can tell Fly Monkey show up and I call, here's another cyberstalker, and you can tell they're cyberstalker because you don't have my personal experience. Now here's the point. So I can go ignore it, okay, or I can choose not to care, understand, be comfortable being a villain. So it's like the narcissistic abuse is like me choosing to let him get away with it if I let him get away with it, quote unquote. And we're talking short term now, acute effect. Meaning long term, it could be I let somebody get away with something in the moment, and then later on I figure out a way to deal with them about what they did. Okay, so here's the point. But if I thought about this myself. So the cyberstalkers, when or the gangstalkers, generally, when they do narcissist always abuse tactics, it's like I know that this person is a flying monkey work for the gangstalking program, push my buttons, and I am aware that they might be baiting me, like they want to be able to target me, and then they know that like if I react to it, they can go Darwin tactic. Oh, we're so innocent. It's like, oh, you're paranoid, and you think we're targeting you, kind of thing. We're not targeting you. They deny it. Darwin, deny attack, and victim offender. Now here's the thing. I can also not care about deception. See, like, do you understand? It's like I can go, yeah, it's like the gang stalking me. I'm being picked on. I know this person is a gang stalker targeted with narcissistic abuse right now for the gang stalking program. And I am aware that most people, if they see this interaction, they won't be able to see that I'm being targeted with narcissistic abuse right now. I can see. So if I go, you're a cyber stalker doing narcissistic abuse, if I would choose that as a response, just call them out on it and be like, yeah, you're targeting me with narcissistic abuse right now for the gang stalking program. Okay. That might make me paranoid or crazy. Now, if I respond to the covert abuse with an overt reaction to the abuse, and the reaction will be fitting to as if I was abused before my reaction happened, and people can't see the covert abuse leading up to that. It's like I can choose not to care about looking like a bad guy or paranoid. Do you understand? If I value more, it's like today I don't wanna, not today, devil. Like today I'm gonna have to deal with this person. It's like I can choose not to care about it, honestly. The perception. So anyway, here's the point. I can tell you this. I've been targeted by flying monkeys for the narcissist, the gangstalking program, in my own home. Okay. See? Which is one of the things that after that happened for a long time, like in-home targeting, I've been targeting my own home by flying monkeys. That's what got me to get really affected to a point where I started ranting and raving and talk about it and things like this. And then the same people worked to do Dorvo to get me swatted. Do you understand? There were some people that I started talking about. These people have been told me narcissistic always abuse tactics for the gangstalking program. And then the same people go on a Dorvo campaign, it looks like to me. And it's like, yeah, this guy's paranoid and crazy, and he thinks he's been getting more aggressive, see. Not conveniently without the fact that we work to push his buttons long term, and to this, and he's getting reactively upset about being bullied and abused long term. He's getting more and more aggressive, and he thinks that we're out to get him, and he's paranoid. then he needs to be in the psych ward, kind of. See? So, anyways, the point. This Gangstalking program, I gotta keep working to expose it, and I'm also gonna warn you about Stop the Feds Lisa. Stop the Feds Lisa is a fake Tornado. She's a fake TI. I know. Her behavior shows it. And it's like, what do you get from looking at her? It's like, oh, she's fake. Okay. You want to support a fake TI, you can go listen to her, and you can get my hand-me-downs. Where for like 8 years I've been teaching targets, you need to have a security system to protect them from covert entry. And then she hasn't been teaching that until I call her out for not teaching that. Like, this shows that she's a shield, she's not available, she's not telling you, warning you about the covert entry and teaching how to protect against it. And then she starts doing what I've been teaching targets to do. You need to have a live stream on when leaving home. And now she makes live stream, watch my house for stalkers running away and stuff like this. At 180. Because I called out on Instagram, one of the things I called out for is helping the program. Because one of the things that can make it harder for the program to get away with autonomy, in a different ways to do, is to have live streams, have video cameras in the home, around the home. Meaning it'd be a Ring doorbell camera, a camera inside the home, audio video recording. If you leave at the very least, have an audio video recording. So if she makes videos fear-mongering against TIs having cameras, she's serving the program, because the program wants to be able to get inside the home and harass you around your home, in your home, and it makes it harder for them if you're using cameras, technology to make that harder. So she makes an Instagram post, fear-mongering, Ring doorbell cameras, don't use them, I tell you, they will be used to spy on you. Okay. And I call out for that. And I see after that, and I make a video, Instagram reel about this. It's like TS need to use technology. She's fear-mongering against cameras, and what she's saying is that they will use to spy on you. Now, you're gonna have to go live in the woods, off-grid, to keep the program from spying on you, because they're spying on you through electronics with back doors. So the program, if you have a smartphone, which obviously you do, you're recording shorts and you're on Instagram, you're making phone calls, they can look through your camera on your phone. They can tap in at any time and look through your camera and phone. They can tap in and listen to you through your microphone. If you have a laptop, they can tap into your laptop and listen to you through the laptop microphone and look through the laptop camera if you don't cover it. So you're being spied on no matter what, so you might as well use the technology that's being used already to spy on you, to protect yourself. The program is already using your technology to harass you and target you. You might as well use the technology to protect yourself from the targeting. See? So it's one of these things that you have to accept that. It's like either or. Either you become like the Amish, you join an Amish community, and you live like out the back and electricity is banned or something like this. It's like, okay, I'm not being spied on all the time. Or if you're going to have technology, you have to face reality that you're going to be spied on by the deep state, TI or not. And that's another thing. If you are a person, the deep state spies on everybody. It's like dragnet surveillance. They spy on everybody. They listen to everybody's phone calls. They read everybody's text messages. Everybody's online media is being spied on. If you're talking to people online, you can counterfact the deep state is spying on you. The difference is that tornadoes know that we're being spied on, at least I do, because the program will use knowledge that they gain from spying on you to customize tailor-made harassment for you. Here's another thing. The program, a lot of Christian ministries are involved in this. And these Christian ministries that do the Bible should talk about, as Christians are not supposed to be involved in politics or social justice. We're just here to preach the gospel, something like this, a Gangstalking church. But the same people will be like for justice and criminals being arrested and put in prison. So I'm a target individual, and I'm targeted criminally. What they're doing is illegal, it's tyranny. And the police are involved in it. So I can't report government gangstalking to the government and have them stop it. See? So the only way I can work to protect myself from crimes being made against me is to protect myself, see? Because the government is complicit. I promise you, if I would go down to if I would go down to the police station and knock there and be like, I want to report stalking crimes and harassment. I've been a target seeker program for many years in this city. People are harassing me and targeting me. A likely outcome they'd be like, if I would try that, I'd be like, so who's stalking? Well, there's a group of people. They get recruited. What do they do to you? Well, sometimes they spray chemicals on me, and these people are recruited to harass me. Likely outcome is they'd be like, yeah, okay, you wait here. We're gonna, and then it's like, you come with us. We're gonna give you a free ride to the psych ward. You need to get evaluated. See, likely outcome is if I try to report this to the cops, the targeting, is they give me a free ride to the psych ward for an eval. See, or just go. We would not even start an investigation. The best case scenario would be they might go. It's like they take my testimony and then don't start an investigation or something like this. Okay. So anyway, here's the point. As a Christian, I'm choosing to resist it. So yeah, I'm a target individual. The target is criminal and illegal, and the government is complicit. So the police are not doing the job. There's people breaking the law. The Gangstalking program breaks the law to target me, and the government is involved in it. So the cops are always not doing the job in stopping these crimes. See? So it's on me to work to protect myself. And what I do, a part of how I do that is to work to create exposure and awareness against stalking targets. Yes, as I talked about before, dart guns. You need to be aware of dart guns. That's something. Another thing the program could use to attack you physically if you're in public. And this is not telling you what you want to hear. I mean, in this chat, I'm telling you some uncomfortable truths, like you're being spied on. You're being attacked physically. You had to put in the work to protect yourself. You had to take measures to protect yourself. So it's like, I'm gonna have to work, laziness. I'm gonna have to stop eating restaurants. I like to eat in restaurants. And I'm gonna have to put in the work to set up a security system. So what I'm telling you is not very likely like what people want to hear. It's things that uncomfortable truths that you will have a responsibility to act on if you want to protect yourself. So anyway, I'm gonna finish up. We're gonna get some coffee. Gangstalking is real. I'm a Christian warrior. I've been told with intense persecution for more than a decade. So a lot of Christians are weak. And I've been thinking about making another show about that, how the average Christian man and the average man, period, average human, is very immature. They're like children. And the average Christian man is like a child, immature, weak in knowledge. They haven't grown to a point where they can control what they eat and what they watch. A lot of Christian men are porn addicts, sugar addicts, and they can't control what they watch. It's like they're watching porn, they're eating a high sugar diet, they can't control the eating. Which like children, it's like, well, it feels good to eat, so I'll eat. And they haven't grown to be courageous and they do not want to endure hardness. See? So I'm a Christian that's been taught with intense persecution. And I'm not contradicting myself, meaning it's not crazy talk to talk about gangstalking as a Christian in the way that I do it. Because I don't falsely attribute targeting to spirits or curses being cast on me or anything like this. So I'm a Christian being targeted. So what is gangstalking? Gangstalking is persecution. So anybody being targeted with this program called gangstalking, they're being persecuted. So if a person is an atheist, they're an atheist being persecuted. If a person is a homosexual, vegan target video, there will be a vegan homosexual being persecuted, okay? And if a person is a Muslim being targeted with this, there will be a persecuted Muslim, okay? So anybody targeted with this program is being targeted with persecution. And me being a Christian being targeted, that means by default I'm a persecuted Christian. So I'm gonna make some coffee, and I want to go live again and show you how to set up your own TI security system. Yeah, so I'm being told we'll seek a persecution program, and remember, bullies, and it's not bullying only this, okay, but gangstalking, they recruit flying monkeys and target with narcissistic dogs abuse tactics. And to get the people to bully you and target you with persecution, they need them to feel safe and comfortable, non-conducive to be able to recruit flying monkeys to target you in the flesh with narcissistic dogs abuse tactics. It is them understanding that there's risk involved and it's dangerous. So the program works to make the flying monkeys, if you're told to listen to this, the program works to make the flying monkeys feel comfortable and safe. Which shouldn't surprise you that they can succeed. It's like I could be surprised at it's like how dare these people sometimes where I've had people talk me on homosexuality. I could be like, how dare they? Well, they're not living reality. So first of all, you deal with people who are cult members, they can be made to believe absurdities and then end up committing atrocities. So people are in a cult are not people who are champions of critical thinking and living in reality and not being delusional. Okay. So if you're a member of a program that's engaging in antisocial criminal behavior secretly, covertly, and part of the smear campaign they got to targeting people is believing absurd things like this, that, or the other thing. Okay. Like obviously these people are not the type of people that's like living in reality. So the program works to get the perps to feel safe. They need the perps to have a false sense of security. And they need to have the perps, the gangstalking perps, feel safe in targeting you. Because it's hard for them to get people to target you, especially in the flesh, if they understand that there's risks associated to that. So online, obviously, it's like, yeah, they can have a sense of security online to target individual. They can have anonymous sock puppet accounts that are used to harass you. And that's criminal behavior, meaning harassment is illegal. But it's like they have a sense of like they can get away with it because they're on the internet have anonymity. But in real life, it's harder. So if I were to speculate, had they gotten flying monkeys to target my own home before, which has happened 100%. They gotten gang stalkers, cyber stalkers to target with narcissistic dogs abuse tactics, like in the same room, okay? Including but limited to my home. Well, first of all, it's cowardly. So they're not told in ways where it's like they get told to be like, tell Mike, fuck you, you're looking like shit today or something like this. It's like, I was like, you're rude. It's like, what? I could at least like defend myself against it. So the way that they talk is it's subtle narcissistic abuse, which makes it hard for you to defend yourself because it's passive aggressiveness. And I've said this before. The program, narcissists love to target you with, narcissists love to target you on the sly in front of others, like provoking you and baiting you to respond to their covert aggression with reactive overt aggression. And then all people will see is your overt aggression, and they won't be able to see that it's reactive. So that's how it works. But how they get people to take orders to target me, I can speculate how they got. If I think about these times where they got a flying monkey to target me with covert, discreet, subtle bullying tactics in the same room as I'm in my home. They could have been lied to and had said, like, for example, it's like he would never dare to, he's too scared, he wouldn't dare to stand up to you. That could be a lie that's been used. There's like Mike wouldn't dare to stand up with you and confront you. Like you can take orders to mess with him, and he wouldn't dare to you don't have to worry about him like dealing with you and standing up to you. You're gonna be put up to bully him, but you don't have to worry about him standing up to you. He doesn't dare to. He's afraid to stand up, or he doesn't dare to. That could be a lie that they used. It can also be a lie. Most likely, there's like, and if he did, he wouldn't have a chance to win the confrontation. Okay, he'll end up losing the confrontation. So that's I believe that's what it boils down to. Where like they got a flying monkey to target me in my home, and it would be a combination of like this guy's scared, he won't stand up to you, and if he stands up to you, he'll lose the confrontation. Which is why they had to work. And I can tell, so a big part of what I base this on is the behavior of the cyberstalkers online. It's like I'm training martial arts, for example, and it's like there's people that's gonna bully me. That maybe they come across my YouTube channel, I don't know, and be like, oh, this guy's training self-defense techniques. So if this guy stands up to me, a bully, and it escalates and becomes a physical scenario, I've seen this guy's training with. I feel like he could be a dangerous person to be in the room with and fighting with him. Okay. So then they had to work with the cyberstalkers to come into my training videos and be like, this guy sucks, your punches suck, you could never. Then it's like, it gets bizarre and like irrational, the level that they do. So it's like, if they can't deal with the martial arts training, so because basically just me training martial arts and being not soft and out of shape, understand, it makes it hard to bully somebody. It's like just somebody being decently athletic, in shape, and just training anything, exercising. It makes it a little bit harder to get people to feel like it's safe to be in the room with them and pick on them. Now, especially if they're training martial arts and they're exhibiting like rare athleticism, strength, speed, stamina, and they can throw punches and kicks and knees and this. That's going to be especially problematic to because people are faced with reality. People's minds and ways to change by observation or arguments. It's like if they're working to get people to bully me in my home, I'd be like, yeah, this guy's safe to mess with. He's harmless, couldn't harm a fly. And then it's like, that's not the truth. And I'm living my life being a public TI, training martial arts and exercising. And it's like the reality people can see is not I'm trying to look like this, is I'm being who I am on the internet. And the truth is, people don't see a person on my YouTube channel as like a harmless person that couldn't harm a fly. So it's like that creates problems for them. Now, when they can't deal with the fighting ability and be like, it's like obviously this guy can throw hard punches and he can kick and things. Then they had to go to focus more like, but he will never use this, he's scared of you, stuff like this. Or go to things to make them feel comfortable with me. I've seen the cyberstalkers come in when I trained the martial arts. The same person that was in here earlier actually. And I could tell what they were doing was perception management games. Where they like insinuating that if you get in a fight, you overthink things and you would overthink things and you could be scared and have adrenaline and stuff like this. Is that ridiculous? So I don't have to explain things that are kind of self-evident. Yeah, so Gangstalking is real. And I'm the best part of the video survival course available on the internet. I'm the best, most valuable person when it comes to teaching the truth of targeting and teaching target videos what Gangstalking is and ways to defend it. And I don't believe it should be safe. Like I said before, I don't believe that gangstalkers have a right to feel safe and comfortable abusing people. And this gangstalking is illegal and criminal. And what I said is like the recourse I have is it's on me to choose how I deal with this. Because the government is involved. So gangstalking, what is gangstalking? It's a secret persecution program, oppression, tyranny. And it works to target individuals. Physically, psychologically, and the targeting is illegal, it's criminal. And I can't defend against the target by reporting to the police, really, because the police are in on it. The Swedish state is involved in gangstalking. It's called government gangstalking for a reason. Which means it's up to me to deal with it. It's up to me to defend myself against the targeting, make it harder for the opponent to target me, and work to stop it by creating awareness. And that's how it works. So the government is definitely involved in it. And let's talk a little bit about more how it's illegal and criminal what they do. So I live in Sweden. Harassment is illegal. So already I've proven it's illegal. So gangstalking recruits people to harass me. Harassment is illegal. Okay. Threats are illegal. The program, on top of harassing, a big part of psychological warfare has been communicating threats against me, loved ones. What's another way? The program has poisoned me and attacked me physically. That's some kind of assault crime, okay, in the category of assault somehow. That's another thing the program does. So they harass you, they threaten you, they target you physically. All these things are illegal. And the government knows about it, is involved in it. So, and it's serious. It's serious crimes. They're serious. To give you an example, a hypothetical. Let's say next time it's like I call my landlord and be like, there's a leaky pipe or something like this, or the toilet won't flush or something like this. So I call my landlord, as I told the video, and be like, the toilet stopped working, I need somebody to come take a look at it. Could we book a time in the next few days? They say, okay, they come by tomorrow at around lunchtime or something like this. And there's 2 plumbers on up. And I can tell that they told me for the program in here. Okay. And they do narcissistic dog abuse tactics, which is what part of our program work to harass me, and their behavior, the narcissistic dog abuse tactics, is intended to cause psychological harm, make me feel unsafe, violated, make me feel targeted, okay? And they could even go as far as they get told, because I got a health problem, allergies, I'm sensitive to perfume. They'd be like, on top of that, working to do narcissistic dog abuse tactics, to spray perfume on yourself right before you enter his home. So on the way over there, you spray perfume on the outside of the clothes because I'm allergic to it, so I'll be reacting to it. Do you understand? These are serious crimes. It might not look big, but it is serious crimes. And according to Swedish law, it also makes it more serious because brottet begås i mitt hem och det är numerärt överläge. So according to the law, these type of crimes being done to me are considered extra severe due to the fact that the crimes are happening to me in my own home and numerical superiority. I mean, there's 2 people in my home subjecting me to criminal harassment tactics and whatever else they do for the program. See? And this type of stuff has been going on for more than a decade. So this program is highly criminal, and the government is involved in it, which means it's on me to deal with it. It's on me to deal with it. And remember what I told you, the abuse is, the targeting is subtle. The targeting is subtle, which means it's designed for people not to be able to tell they're being targeted. So they can turn around and play innocent and claim they're paranoid, because it's so subtle. So they get people to target me with narcissistic dog abuse tactics, subtle targeting, and other people can't tell. So, meaning if I would have a video of the plumbers in the room and showed it to you, you might not be able to tell that I was being targeted unless I broke it down and explained it to you. It could help a little bit. It's like, well, they wore a t-shirt that says Nephilim on it when they showed up the plumbers. And the program has been using Nephilim as a sensitization theme they've had flying monkeys on the internet say that I'm a Nephilim, not a real human, I'm a serpent seed demon or something like this. There's been like a theme in the harassment called me a Nephilim. So when they showed up on a t-shirt says Nephilim on it, that was a narcissist always abuse tactic. It's supposed to make me feel targeted. So do you understand? It could be something like this. Where say if I would show you a video, yeah, so here's I have a video of two plumbers who are cleaning the bathroom, and they were flying monkeys talking for the Gangstalking program. And you could look the whole video. A lot of people wouldn't be able to see this, like they were talking to me. And I might have to do comment. They go, well, they were smelling reek of perfume. They smelled like they had spray perfume themselves right before they entered. I'm allergic to perfume, and the program has for a long time gotten flying monkeys to use perfume to target me physically. The program has used perfume to target me physically before because I'm allergic. It's happened. I booked a cab for tomorrow at 1300 hours, and then 12:55 there's somebody that walks into the elevator and drops cologne drops on the bottom of the elevator. So when I step in to go to my cab, there's a strong smell of perfume in the elevator because I'm allergic to perfume, and it will cause the physical response and make me feel bad. Understand? These type of things. So it's like that little thing was like they sure smell like they just put perfume on itself. You might not be able to see that. And it could be the one of them wears a t-shirt that says Nephilim on it. And then I would have to explain to you, yeah, that's been a theme of the harassment where flying monkeys will tell me I'm a Nephilim. So do you understand? Sometimes they can have flying monkeys online be clear as part of creating sensation in this psychological warfare. Be like, have a cyberstalk shop in my chat, Mike, you're a Nephilim, not a real human. You're a Nephilim serpent seed or something like this. And I go, that's ridiculous, okay? I'm not a Nephilim, I'm a human being, I'm a Christian human being at that. And then now they know, it becomes a theme that's having flying monkeys used the word Nephilim around. Because one time we had a person being clear saying, but you are a Nephilim. And it was clear to Mike that they're mouthpiecing for the program. Okay, they're flying monkey. Now they could just have flying monkeys use the word Nephilim around when they're in the supermarket, and they had the same effect. Oh yeah, it's the program saying I'm a Nephilim again. So you notice how that's subtle. Notice how I'm making sense of it. This is not the minds of a paranoid person that's saying things that are impossible to do. That's claimed they're being taught in ways that are impossible. These are like actual ways that somebody could be targeted, covertly in the supermarket without other people noticing. The program gets a person to come to my channel. Mike, you are a Nephilim serpent seed demon. And the behavior shows me that they're a flying monkey work for the Gangstalking program. So they were sent to come here, psychological warfare, tell me I'm a Nephilim. And then the program starts using this as a sensitization theme, where sometimes I go to the supermarket and there's Gangstalking flying monkeys there. And it's like two of them standing by the entrance to the supermarket, and time to me walking past it and go, did you see the Nephilim documentary? See, this is part of this narcissist always abuse tactics, where they can have flying monkeys briefed when the target's gonna go shopping. They place two perps at the entrance of the store, and they've been briefed like, as this person walks past you, use the word Nephilim. Like, here's this line, okay? You go, okay, now, and they can have a Bluetooth earpiece a lot of times. Perhaps have Bluetooth earpieces. It'd be someone where they have their handler on a phone call in real time, like control the behavior. Okay, now say this, go to the left, go there, go to the milk aisle. Okay, see the guy in the red jacket. Okay, walk past him and then cough 3 times as you do. See? So that's the way you can get targeted with narcissistic abuse. So that's something that feels worthwhile to explain, because that's part of it. Like, they keep targeting me in ways, and it makes sense that I explain how you can get targeted covertly with so-called narcissist always abuse tactics. So a way that the program can target with narcissist always abuse tactics is they send a cyberstalk to my chat, Mike, you're an Nephilim, we don't have real human. It's like dehumanization, and it's supposed to make me feel abused or violated. It's not supposed to sit right with you people that are part of a oppression program, dehumanizing you, telling you you're a Nephilim, a demon, or something like this. And now after they had the flying monkey say that, now it happens, sometimes I go to the corner store, somebody used the word Nephilim around me. So flying monkeys will get told to use the word Nephilim around me. And then it could be, we're gonna have recruit plumbers that are coming to Mike to do work. We're gonna have them taught in for the program. So let's instruct them to put on a t-shirt that says like the return on the Nephilim. Then when they show up doing the plumbing or stuff like this. Or as they work on the washing machine, they've been instructed to be like turn to the guy, like make small talk as they work in the two plumbers. Like, oh, I was watching Discovery Network yesterday. It was a documentary on the return on the Nephilim by Ellie Marzulli and something like this. It was kind of interesting. Then it's like some people, they are Nephilim. It's like he's saying that some people in society are the Nephilims. And maybe that's true. And notice the NFM be like, oh, these 5 monkeys are insinuating passive aggressively, innuendo in the room here. And it's like what they communicate is a message to me. It's directed conversation. It's like it's passing a small talk. What they're really doing is like communicating for the program, like Mike, you're a Nephilim, okay? See? That's something that's simple. So if I would just record and show you a video, I'd be live. Let's say I was even live on YouTube when 2 plumbers came here and they were targeting for the program. They could be doing that without you even noticing. And it's like a lot of people wouldn't be able to tell. It's like, oh, the guy is definitely being targeted by a secret program and the plumbers are flying monkeys targeting the narcissistic abuse in his own home. See, it will take time to explain it to be like, oh, they will smell like perfume. And the program uses perfume to target me. And they use the word Nephilim, which is the theme of the harassment. And there's also another thing. Do you understand? So that's the narcissistic abuse, where it's the narcissistic abuse the target the program does is covert and is designed to be undetectable by people that are not the target and hard to prove. And what you risk Darvo tactics. They use Darvo tactics, which means, and this is how the program operates. So let's say in the moment, as I'm sitting like at my laptop doing a live stream while having plumbers work here, and I hear they use the word Nephilim, I can see this, I can smell this smell like perfume. And after like 15 minutes, I know, yeah, these people are flying monkeys targeting me on home for the Gangstalking program. If I would respond and go like, you're stalking me, you're harassing me, you're targeting me on home, this is not okay. It's like you're bullying me, you're working to target me on home for a secret program. They could play Davo tactics and be like, oh, you're paranoid. We weren't doing that, we're just making small talk. And they like call the cops and the cops show up and be like, this guy needs to be evaluated because he's delusional, paranoid, and accosting plumbers, accusing him of being government agency. He's a paranoid schizo and needs to be in the psych ward. He thinks that we're targeting him with perfume and psychological warfare. He's paranoid schizophrenic. So that's how the target works. I'm gonna finish this. I'll go live again. I'm gonna show you my security system. Talk about how to set up your own TI covert enterprise security system. Within 90 minutes, I'm aiming to go live.